Okay, let's play some RPGs. Let's unmute myself. I am back.
Welcome back.
We are live and good to go as soon as we get everyone here. The Kathy has joined us. You can see her in the camera right now.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I was actually just telling, me and Brian were telling them the last time we got like absolutely knackered at the bar.
Oh.
I mean, I did try to get knackered last year at a wedding. It did not. It didn't work because the venue decided that they wanted to like close down the bar and close down the buffet, and just they kept changing things over so quick, and it was. I did drink a whole bottle of red to myself though.
Oh.
How
But
did you get to a wedding last year if we were on lockdown?
But I didn't get drunk.
Well, he means not just 2020, but like over 365 days ago.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, it was before the pandemic. It
But
was
this time
so it
last
would've been
year, we were just
2019.
Oh yeah, yeah.
the lockdown was just starting.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But buddy, Tom comes over with a round of shots for one. He doles them out, and we all slam him back, and we just look at him like, "That's tequila."
Oh.
Wait a second. Let me turn my speakers down.
And then there's the drinks that we were getting that we got like a stupid version of it. I think it was what? It was like part tequila, Jack, I think some Southern Comfort and Tabasco sauce because we were just punishment. There's a few versions of that drink, but that's the one that we were drinking, and it was.
Yeah,
honestly,
no, the echoiness was because when my
tasty.
mic was kicking in, it was, I don't know, it was too sensitive. I'm not normally set up for streaming without headphones on, but because Kathy's here, I need to have it through the speakers. So unfortunately, I have to change the setup a little bit.
Yeah, one of the few times I can actually recall ever getting like, wake up the next morning still kind of drunk from the night before was tequila. Tequila and I are we are frenemies. Definitely frenemies.
Yeah. We're not bad, me and tequila, but yeah, that last night, just like I was feeling it really bad by the end of it. Like everything, I was like seeing double, and it's like, oh, in about 40 minutes or so, this is really gonna suck when the rest of this booze hits my system. Like if I'm feeling like this now, in about 30-40 minutes, this is gonna suck.
The freak man.
Yeah.
No? Oh, can we get XP from?
Yes, we can get XP. I was just waiting to do it till everyone was here, so I didn't have to do it twice.
Oh,
Also,
okay, that's fine.
Did you set up pop out yet?
I didn't have it on this one. Do you want me to enable it quickly?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, if it's that fast, sure.
One second. Pop out. I think I'm going to disable the theater inserts too. Sometimes we'll be in the middle of stuff and you guys will like click on your theater inserts. It's like, why is this up right now?
I did that on purpose.
Pop out.
Honey, do you mind running down?
Okay, so it'll reload. Ren should reload for a second.
It should be here in like 10 minutes. 15.
Pop goes the character sheet.
I'm going through this first White Claw too fast. Let me grab an extra one so I don't have to grab it later. Oh, you're a dear.
I also have.
I'm gonna put a ring on it.
Okay. I'm just gonna adjust one thing on my mic here. See if I can adjust the filters.
We have a Drew who's muted.
See if we can get in the noise gate so that it doesn't pop up as much.
Meow. Meow. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Not the Link company again. It was
If I can adjust it just right, it should hopefully not cue up the mic because of you guys speaking.
God damn it!
I'll try not to be boisterous.
Oh,
No, it's fine. I just had to adjust the mic settings a bit.
God damn, my rent is due. You're right.
No, we're going to be missing him.
Well, we won't really be missing.
He won't be here. It's good enough.
Who's him, by the way?
Wes is not coming tonight.
Well, how come?
He just canceled. Said he's tired. He's like exhausted. He downed a couple cups of coffee to try and join us, but that made things worse or something. I don't know. He's not feeling well. So
Yeah, he hasn't been sleeping well the last several days.
yeah, no doubt.
But like pretty much like the last week, it sounds like he's had a real shit time trying to get actual decent.
I will cut him a break because
Have you been watching the camera like that's attached to his room? How do you know that he's not been sleeping well?
Because he said so.
Oh,
They're friends and they talk.
I think it was more or less you were gonna make a joke that he had a webcam like stashed away under his bed or something.
I haven't been watching the surveillance cam lately. I haven't really been seeing what he's been doing.
I've only got one in his bathroom and pretty boring most of the time.
He's a camp boy.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's switch over to the main screen here.
Artichoke.
We can get rid of the music box for now. Okay, let's give everyone some experience. Because is everyone here? Or did Kyle go away? I think Kyle went away.
I'm still here.
You're still here. Okay, I didn't know if you had to use the little boy's room before we started.
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay. Let's give some experience out, and then we will continue doing what we're going to do. And all that good stuff. So, first of all, Athena, you're not here. We'll just bank it for now. Freya, you've got an extra 1 experience point, should bring you up to 8. You believe? I don't think I added it hastily last time. George, you ended up getting 3 experience last time. That was a fair amount, actually. That should bring you to 10, I think? Yeah?
Yep, that sounds right.
Okay. Mad Manchester, you got 1 experience point last time.
Oh, yay.
Bring you to 3. Mr. Cornelius, you got 1 experience last time. That should bring you to 1. Taverson, you got 2 experience point last time.
Yeah, I guess we didn't do much. It was kind of a lean session last time.
It was. I don't remember why George had more. I think you accepted some intrusions or something.
I did a thing.
Yeah,
I did a thing.
Oh right, yeah, because we unlocked the things from it. And Freakman, you got 1 experience point. 0. You got 1 experience point, bringing you up to 8.
Very good.
I didn't get anything for pointing a gun at the most powerful, like, FBI agent.
I legit played my character last week, so I got.
No, Taverson put in so much work.
Yeah, George and Taverson got the most
George,
last week.
yeah.
It looks like. And I mean, it's not a contest or anything. Just in different weeks, different people are getting different amounts.
Yeah.
And it's balanced out pretty well, all things considering, actually. So.
I haven't spent any XP. I've used a bit for rerolls, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, so last week, what turned out was you had. Let me bring up the scene that you were in just so you can see it again. Put it up. We're going to sort of load up here. So last week, we're waiting for one. There we go. It's like while we're waiting for one person. Okay. You had, after doing some investigation, finally getting through after piecing some things together and then wandering the neighborhood, speaking to literal Jesus, stuff like this, sort of oddly enough, increasing the quality of the neighborhood that you're in. You finally got through to Misinformation and the G-Man and set up a meeting, and you decided to go to the meeting to see what information you could get. And it was here that you saw the G-Man, and he had a guard with him, Miss May, Annie May, and she was nearby just in case shit happened, and shit almost did happen. And you decided to speak to him to try and get as much information as possible. Now, I did kind of cut the scene a little bit short because I had ate a lot of dairy last week and I was starting to feel it. So if we wanted, we can always sort of like you're not necessarily done the scene per se. If you want to pick up where we left off and say you're still there, we can. I'm willing to role play it a bit more now that my insides are not tearing themselves apart.
That's the cheesiest cheeseburger ever.
Yeah, milkshake, cheeseburger, and a poutine was a bad idea for a lactose intolerant GM right before game. So I apologize for that one. It was worth it though. I apologize, but I'm not actually sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. This week, however, no dairy, I don't think. So I think we're good. I think we're okay. But yes, so if you want, you could still be in this. It almost looks like an old, almost like gentleman's club type of thing. Although not as misogynistic. And you're up there, you're still near the table where he's sitting, and you're still in front of the G-Man. I figured you might want to pick it up here unless you guys have no further questions, then you could always just leave.
I think even if the others hadn't walked out right away, Mad Manchester would have walked out after that altercation before he did something he regretted.
Okay. You guys, it did get pretty tense at one point. I mean, weapons on both sides were bristling. You were ready to try and tackle the G-Man until one of you, I forget which one, was able to sort of like read the general ability of them and realize that they're both pretty powerful, pretty beefy. Oddly so, considering how everyone else feels drained and weakened as far as totems are concerned, like yourself.
I'm worried about that guy behind the counter.
Yep.
The guy with the stovepipe hat, the top hat.
Yeah.
He's not Abraham Lincoln. He's just got a top hat.
Jack, and he's got an assortment of knives.
He's just very finely dressed. Has like a waxed mustache. He is bearded as well. Fairly thin, but just very nicely dressed. Very well put together. Doesn't seem like modern clothes per se, but nice. So do you have any other questions for the G-Man while you're here? He's finished his coffee and he's just looking up at you. And it looks like he's about ready to get up and leave himself.
Manchester finished his coffee.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want to he doesn't seem to want to spill the beans about much, unfortunately. So, yeah. I'm not exactly the talkiest person in the group here.
Okay, well, if no one has any further questions, in that case, he just gets up.
Yeah.
And Anime opens, it's like a door, like a back door to this area that you're presuming leads out the side or the front or something, and they actually end up leaving through a different exit than where you would come from.
Has out.
What was that?
I said he always has another way out.
Damn right. In that case, we are going to cycle back to the main map and pause this. And so it is up to you. You've got several sort of storyline hooks going on that hopefully you've made some notes about. You've got all of these areas, the information for each one of these areas up, including some rumors of things happening in the areas. And you already know at this point that if you manage to resolve something happening in an area, it seems to sort of boost the general quality and belief and power within the city itself. So you do know that.
I don't seem to be able to see the note.
Are they all missing for you? Do you have the notes thing turned on? If you go to journal notes, is the pin turned on? Yeah, on the left side, it looks like a bookmark. You click it, and then there's 3 icons that you should have, I think. One of them is toggle notes display. Is that turned on?
Yeah. It is.
Oh, does no one else see the notes?
I see them.
Oh, now they're back. I just had to refresh.
Okay. There we go. I was wondering. You have the weirdest issues with virtual tabletop sometimes. I don't know what your computer does.
I don't either, considering how my computer's not even that old. Nor is it particularly cranky anymore.
Weird. Well, so yeah, you should have all of these notes here then. Feel free to go through them. And I mean, this is a pretty sandboxy environment. You've got a lot of rumors and leads and everything to go on here. Where do you think would be best to go? It is still the middle of winter. It is getting all colder every day. It is early, almost mid-December. And
13th, if I'm not mistaken.
that is correct. What would you guys like to do?
Well, on the way out, I would have said to the guy behind the counter, "Oh, so sorry for all the commotion. The young are often high-spirited and, quick to boisterity."
He sort of waves you on, and you hear not a problem. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. And you see him he checks a pocket watch, but when he takes the pocket watch out, it seems to have an extraordinary amount of complexity to it. There's all sorts of extra spinning gears and even a little bit of an electrical voltage charge that seems to be sparking off of it before he puts it back in his pocket.
Huh. I can appreciate that. I also have a fancy-ass pocket watch that nobody else can read.
Yeah.
Well, currently, one of our leads is this new universal money. It's called Spender, which has come into existence and is quite powerful, and has taken a notice on me.
It did seem to garner the attention of some sort of new totem entity that was calling itself Spender, and seemed to be the representative of basically cryptocurrencies. You'd figured that much out. He seems pretty powerful, but I mean, considering you find newer totems tend to be more powerful than existing ones.
Yeah.
It's because because they come into being so much quicker. Because instead of the rest of us who have to build our following and our literal lore up over time with modern connectivity and everything like that, new totems, everybody knows about them instantly.
So one thing that we kind of left Croydon in a bit of a hurry, we don't know who's buying up all the nightclubs. We never actually got a straight answer on that.
That's correct.
Maybe you should talk to maybe you should talk to your Mr. Spender and see what he knows.
No, that's not happening. So yeah, we definitely should actually go and tie that off before branching out, and that might actually open up other things as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with that.
I'm still pretty concerned that if we don't know if Miss Brit is the only one who's been captured by these guys and how long they're going to stay alive for, or be left alive for, if we dawdle too long as well.
Yeah, agreed. Which is why we need more people on our side than less.
Yeah, the problem with going into Greenwich unprepared is we die. And unlike most people, I don't want to just throw myself at a brick wall over and over and over again.
You're not the representation of the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, no. Guy's an asshole. Never uses doors.
So what I'm hearing here, I think, is that you want to go back to Croydon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the heat has died down enough in Croydon on us.
At least you hope so.
I hope so.
Okay, well, it's easy enough to hit up getting back to Croydon. It'll take you a couple of hours to do so. Taking a mixture of well, you're taking, I'm assuming you're taking that low budget but secure limo service again, from the Freakman.
Yeah, that's probably
No
best.
public cabs.
That's the right way to be. Nice and quiet.
Okay, with that, you're able to get to Croydon more than easily enough, but where exactly in Croydon did you want to go? I mean, there's, you don't really know the area too well. The main things that you know is of course, that little cafe, which, I mean, may or may not have anyone useful in it, and of course, the nightclub for the Love Bug.
Well, while we're traveling, we're going to be searching famous like nightclubs in Croydon, and especially looking at ones that are under new management.
Under new management. Okay. I will even add it to the notes here. Make it a bit easier. Locations of note. I'll put in. Okay, so we've got Faithless. Earthquake Zone. And Trouble. Okay. So you have 3 other nightclubs of note. If you search that up, I'm not going to make you roll for it because, I mean, you're just Googling local establishments, basically. There's a wide variety of smaller ones, of course. There's literally dozens of them throughout the area, but the 3 main ones of note that were the closest rivals to the Love Bug are Faithless, Earthquake Zone, and Trouble.
We'll start with the top. We'll do some digging into the Faithless club and looking at owners and doing a little more background on
looking it up and sort of looking at the photos posted on like the reviews and stuff. Faithless seems to be this like gothic dark nightclub like / rave zone. Earthquake Zone seems to be like a hard, heavy hitting but like modern, like the harsh EDM. Just, you know, people go hook up, whatever, dance their ears off until they can't hear anymore, leave, that type of thing. Normal nightclub. And Trouble seems to be a bit odd in that it is a normal nightclub at night, but before then they have tables out where it's sort of more of a classy restaurant up until a certain time.
Huh.
who are the owner of said nightclubs?
Right now, we're going to say it's like early afternoon. Sorry, what was that?
Who are the owners of said nightclubs?
The owners, unfortunately, they all seem to have just recently been labeled as sold to new owner, but it doesn't say who. You might have to dig a little bit further because that's not so much publicly available at the moment. You might have to dig further if you want to get that information.
I feel like going to dinner. Let's go to dinner.
Well, while we're heading to dinner, I will dig deeper.
Okay.
Because if I know anything about anything, talking to the people who work at a place, they always know.
So you're going to dig deeper. I'm going to give you what's called basically a variable check. I want you to tell me how much effort you're going to be putting into this, not the actual effort per se, by what you think the target number should be, and that's what you're going to be aiming for. basically the bigger the target number, the deeper you might go and the more you might find out. Basically, this will represent how long and how deep down this rabbit hole you're going to dive.
I'm going to go for target level 4.
4, okay.
And then spend a little bit of mine to lower that by 1.
Okay, so you're going to start with difficult. Trained professionals will normally have like a 50% chance of exceeding, and then you're going to make it a little easier on yourself, bringing it down to a 3.
And I'm just going for.
Give her up.
Nope. I'm going to actually spend an XP to reroll.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
The exact same thing.
Shitballs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not sure. It looks like the paperwork is for the most part still being processed. So it's really hard to find out who it was sold to. And from what you can tell, the person that originally owned the club that it was bought from has already left. You gained a little bit of information because of who you are automatically. That the previous owner once lived in Croydon, but has since moved away.
Yeah, he sold it. He just up and left.
Yeah, just up and left.
Tyverson, after a few minutes of just like staring blankly into space while you guys are driving to Croydon, he eventually just takes off his headphones. He's like, bloody hell. I got nothing.
Well, that's unlike you, but not entirely unlike.
Someone perhaps has a good reason for keeping their identity a secret.
All I know is all 3 these places are under new management, and whoever owned them has sold them and up and left town. I cannot get any specs who owns them, so I guess going out and checking the physical locations is probably our next best bet.
Yeah. Well, let's head over to what was it called the Treble. That's the one that's a restaurant beforehand, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah. Let's head there for dinner. Because, like I said, if there's anything about anything, somebody who works there is gonna know something.
We can only hope.
Okay. Well, you get to Treble, pretty close to the dinner time, for the most part, and you pull up right in front of the extraordinarily busy high-class restaurant before it turns into a nightclub. It does look like there's a bit of a lineup to get in.
Freakman, would you mind getting us a table?
Sorry, my internet just cut out. I missed the last 15 seconds.
Oh shit! Yeah, I see you just disconnected there from the foundry. Basically, you guys had tried to dig just deeper into the information about the nightclubs, but you couldn't. So you're showing up for dinner, and you were just in front of the nightclub now because it's sort of a restaurant first before it turns into a nightclub.
Okay.
And to find out that apparently going to a fairly ritzy restaurant / nightclub without a reservation is difficult.
Which is why George instantly looks
gotcha.
at the Freakman and goes, see if that's getting us a table.
Yeah, I'm gonna stroll up to the maitre d' there. Hey, how are you?
Yes, hello, sir.
Looking to get a table for me and my friends.
I see. What's the reservation, sir?
I'm not sure if we don't have a reservation. People like us, we don't make reservations, as you, I'm sure, are well aware.
Sorry, sir. I don't seem to know who you are. Do you have a reservation?
Like I say, I don't make reservations. I get them.
We do have numerous stars here, sir. Celebrities, political representatives. I dare say you can't just walk in.
Of course I can. I'm I'm gonna do my 2 seconds here. What's it called again? My ability, which is known as wow. This is my internet is being very strange today.
Yeah, normally yours is nice and solid.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do the spin identity, and I'm gonna convince him that I'm not only a celebrity, because I mean I don't have to fight that one too hard, but just that maybe that I am a close friend with the owner as well.
Okay. It's only one guy, so it won't cost you more. That's cool. That's actually a really neat ability. Okay.
I'm both a celebrity, plus I'm friends with the owner. The fact that you don't recognize, the fact that you don't even know who I am confounds me. You might, I may have to have a word with him about you.
Okay. Well, this just looks like a normal average person, probably not extraordinarily strong-willed or anything, so you're not gonna have to roll with him at all.
All right.
You're just gonna have to spend the intellect points. Once again, it's 2 points, but you do have 1 edge in intellect, so you could lower it to 2 if you wanted.
So yeah, I will only earn 2 points instead of 3.
Normally, I think it's just
Oh, it's 2, so now it's just 1, right?
Yes.
'Cause I have an edge?
Yes.
Sorry, that makes way more sense. Cool, so I will spend the point, and I will let him know that not only, I won't misrepresent Freakman as the Freakman, but I will represent the fact that I, am close with the owner.
Okay, so you're making yourself seem more important to this particular location than you really are, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, with that, he goes, I'm sorry, sir. I did not realize. You do seem to have the pertinent facts, and you know what? Come to think of it, looking at you now, you do seem familiar. The rest of you don't, which is what probably put me off. Please accept my apologies. I do hope I have not upset you.
Hey, no problem at all. Life is good. In fact, I'm gonna pull a little headshot, Sharpie it up, and a signed headshot. It's like, you'll never forget me again. You have a good one. Where's our table?
Yes, of course, sir. We do have a reserved table in case of emergencies, of course. And the chef's table is also open. Your pick, sir.
The best table you've got, of course.
Oh, please, chef's table.
Chef's table.
My comrades here seem to think the chef's table is where to be. What do you say?
If you're willing to listen to your entourage there, then yes, of course, we could get you the chef's table.
All right. Maybe a bottle of
course.
John to get the party started. How about?
Yes, of course, sir. What was Cornelius saying?
I was just gonna say to them, it's like, I of course defer to your wisdom in these situations.
Glad to see you bringing elderly family member with you, sir. Or is this a fan?
It's well, let's just say both.
I see. In that case, he brings you to a separate booth. It's part of the kitchen, like it's a normal chef's table, right? Where it's like it's not in the general dining area per se. It's sort of more connected to the kitchen, but it's definitely nice, a little bit ritzier than a lot of the booths, even though the tables, like there's general tables set out in what would be the dance floor once it switches to a nightclub, but there's also booths on the side, and then of course you're brought to a separate area that's just off of the kitchen. It is here where you can see both into the general area as well as into the kitchen, and it's sort of connected to both, while at the same time having one small, like half-size divider wall between you. And they set you up. They do have to bring in a couple extra chairs because, I mean, you're a decent-sized party. There's what, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 or 12 of you or something like that.
There's, 6 characters and then the Freakman's entourage.
Indubitably.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to assume Athena's still with you, so it'd be 7 characters.
No, we would have left her outside in the cold.
Bye, Athena. Bye, Felicia. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I put it this way, the Freakman is 6 people.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. I kept thinking it was only 2 or 3, but no, you've got like 5 followers.
Is he going to be able to get Billy into this club?
Billy goes where I go.
They accept him.
It's not a club yet.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, at
it's
the
a restaurant,
moment,
I
it's
guess.
just a restaurant, and a fairly nice one too. And in fact, you're not entirely sure what sort of nightclub this turns into. You're guessing it's more one of those like martini nightclub things where it's a bit softer music, a bit on the ritzier side once it does switch over.
Nope, hardcore death metal. Full metal.
A skull full of maggots. Yeah, so they just play Cannibal Corpse and nothing but Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, as we walk in, I'll just like scan the room and just see if I like recognize anybody or if anybody's like stands out.
Okay, looking around, you don't see anyone in the Totem community per se. You think you might be the only ones here. You do see several, I would call them like C-lister celebrities and a couple like low-ranking politicians. You're guessing like even the B-listers, never mind the A-listers, probably don't come to a mid-level club in Croydon per se. But you see a couple of people that want a fairly nice place to go. People that are, they're known for like one slightly good movie or TV show or something. They're like a supporting character type of thing. Like those, one of those like actors where you recognize their face, but you never really quite place their name. But you're like, oh, I remember him. He played the villain that died at the beginning of such and such. Those type of actors. So like,
damn it! My character should have been totally the Totem, like the epitome of that guy.
I know that guy. He's from the thing. I know it. Get IMDb up.
People automatically recognize you, but they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people like that. You figure that the maitre d' was probably. He probably has a little bit of an inflated sense of self-importance. Saying that, oh, there's celebrities and politicians in the house. That is technically true, but they're not the cream of the crop per se.
So the Freakman is the biggest star in.
Quite possibly the Freakman is actually one of the bigger stars in the area. When he walks in, you do see a couple, not everyone, because the Freakman, I think, is more known for his voice than his face. But you see a couple of people sort of take a double look, wondering if they are recognizing him from somewhere or something.
I'll wave at them if they look at me funny. Give them a little thumbs up.
At some points, or at one point, someone looks like they're about to take out like their phone or something, and one of your entourage just goes up and goes, "No."
I imagine that's your Adidas outfit, Russian.
Well, I wouldn't say Jenny's Russian, but she's definitely dressed like one. Jenny, where are you from again? She starts to talk, and he just completely starts ignoring her and starts talking to you guys again.
Yeah, where are you from again? Anyways, let's order food. The menu is, as is true with any place like this, the menu only has like a couple of items on it. Like you basically, for the main entree, you get like one of 3 choices. And
we're at the chef's table.
Yes, and you're at the chef's table.
We don't get any choice.
No,
that's true. Yes, sorry. Yeah, that's right. You're at the chef's table. You just are served what he thinks will be the best tasting for your group. The chef will personally come over, make sure he sort of gets a little bit of a gauge of who you are, introduces himself, and yeah, so he comes up, and it's a middle-aged man, maybe late middle-aged. You're looking at maybe late 40s, early 50s at most. It's hard to tell. Chefs don't always live an easy life, so he might be younger for all you know and just a bit weathered because of it. And even really in this day and age, like he still has like calloused skin with lots of scars on his hands. His fingers are yellowed. specifically his middle and forefinger on his left hand.
How's his build?
Not too bad. Little bit of a pot belly on him, but other than that, he seems in relatively good shape, all things considering. He's
The chef?
The chef, yeah.
Is he sniffing a lot?
No, he doesn't seem to be sniffing a lot.
Okay.
So he comes up and hello, what can I do for you? What sort of flavors are we embracing tonight? Let me learn a little bit about you.
Spicy, but a little sweet.
Gosh.
Interesting.
Have you got any Lagavulin, by the way? I'm getting a little thirsty.
You got any kebabs?
Kebabs. Okay, so we have a very exotic tastes tonight. Then I would assume, yes.
Certainly.
Yes,
mate.
I've been around the block a few times. I've got a very wide, diverse palate, so I'm sure
he wants mashed carrots.
No.
I can, of course, dial the spice down.
Expertise.
I can dial the spice up or down by individual, of course. What I will have each of you do is write a number from, say, 1 to 10, 1 being low amount of spice, 10 being a great amount, and you do seem to, one of our dishes tonight is a bit of a spicy affair, an exotic curry of some kind, so feel free, let us know how spicy you wish it, and I shall make it so. Are there any other questions you have of me before I get to making what will hopefully be the dish of the year for you?
How do you feel about raw reindeer?
Well, I've never served it. Nor does that seem like something I would serve. I don't think I have ever dealt with a reindeer or tartar. I did not know that was a thing.
Do you have foie gras?
Not this week, no.
Okay.
Any other questions for me?
No, you're good. You're good. You go do you. Don't even worry about these numbers. We trust you to figure it out. It'll be more fun this way.
Yes, I trust in your knowledge and experience, good chef.
I see.
We have heard good things about this place.
Yes, well, hopefully our standards are still up to everything that you could hope for even after our bit of management change recently. In that case,
Yes,
enjoy your dining experience.
Yes, we had heard about the change in management, and we were curious as to see if the quality is still up to snuff, and whether this place is still worth coming to. I hope you
assure you it will be, of course. Please enjoy yourself. And with that, he rushes back off into the kitchen to start yelling at people and hitting them. Occasionally, yeah. It's like, what are you doing? That is terrible.
Where's the lamb
We got the Chef Ramsay of the group.
He's not to that extent, like he's not on a reality TV show or anything, but at the same time, it's a fairly decent place. Like, it's not like 5 Michelin stars or anything, but they probably have a couple of stars and they're probably pretty decent. So if someone screws something up, the chef's not going to be kind.
no.
That's for sure.
But it's like, but it might be a little younger, but more weathered. It's like, really? But kitchens are such a calm, stress-free environment, right?
No one seems particularly happy, calm, or stress-free in this particular kitchen, which means it probably is a good kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why when the sommelier comes by, we definitely want to talk to him.
Okay. Yeah. You are visited for, like wine lists and stuff like this. So yeah, what kind of questions do you have? as you are visited by staff.
So, other than, ownership and management, was anybody, let go? Is anybody like super new who seems kind of out of place?
So the server that you're speaking with at this point, which of course is basically like a floor host type of thing that works directly with the chef's table, because they're not giving you one of the general servers. Looks at you and goes, "Oh, I would not worry about that. We have dealt with any changes in management just fine. You are here for a dining experience, and I dare say you will find it is the best dining experience you will have for a while."
Manchester's going to look at her and go, "Excuse me, love, where can I rock a piss here?"
And it's a dude. Well, you think so. It's
He still says, "Excuse me, love," either way.
fairly androgynous back and forth. You're not exactly sure. I mean, especially in the day, like the year that this is, the gradient that is gender is more than ever. So, it's best to use a mixed pronoun anyways.
He'll just say, "Excuse me, love," either way.
They look at you and they say, "Well, down there is probably the best place to go. You could use the office washrooms if you wish. No need for the publics."
That is, a little bit of privacy would be preferred.
Of course. And points down another hall. Like there's one hall that's obviously it's got signs for washrooms. The hall he points down says staff only, but considering you're coming from the chef's table, that doesn't look like anyone would stop you.
So he's gonna go make sure that nobody is following him, and he's going to walk past the bathrooms and look for the general manager's office. Okay.
Yeah. So going in, I mean, there's some people going in and out. You see some staff coming in that not only work during the restaurant time, but there may be staff milling about that will probably be getting ready for the nightclub shift.
Okay.
You, like I said, there's people in the hallways. You do eventually see it's like almost like an open break room. And on the other side of it is some glass doors that look like they lead to like management offices. They are all currently dark.
Like dark, like empty, or dark like?
The lights are off. The doors are closed.
Would anybody notice him if he just walked across and walked in like he belonged there?
It does look like there's a couple people milling around in the break room, like within literal like feet of the doors.
How many?
That's the thing, though, is like with these kind of places, if you walk in like you own the place, most of the time people aren't going to look at you.
There's 3 people. It looks like they're not even conversing. They're all sort of uniformly like on their phones, just diddling around, swiping on something.
Yeah, he'll walk past, maybe like mill about at the counter for a bit, and then when he feels like nobody's paying attention, he's gonna walk into the office that looks the most important.
Okay. Just to sort of like give this air that you belong there, not louse it up and everything, I'm gonna have you roll an intellect for me.
Sure.
We're gonna say, I mean, you're not exactly dressed like them, and you're kind of a little out of your element. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a difficulty 5 to start with.
Okay. I can use 3 points to lower that, right?
Yes, you can spend a level of effort, which is 3 points. If you have edge, don't forget you can take 1 point off for free.
Oh well, then yeah, I'll use edge to take a point off for sure.
And if you think you have any training or assets or anything that applies, feel free to let me know as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, most of my stuff happens after the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Only cost you 2.
Yeah, I'll use an edge to drop it, and then I'll use a point of effort to drop it.
Well, edge
level
decreases the cost of the effort.
Yeah. Applying effort is
Oh,
what
so
those 3 points are doing. Edge just decreases how much it costs.
So it'd be 2 instead of 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, and I guess I'll just hopefully roll for 12.
Do it up.
Come on, guys. Lend me your strength.
Think of edge as like a discount.
Yeah.
On spending, intellect and whatnot.
Unfortunately,
close.
that was not enough. So as you go up and you start to jostle open the door of one of the closed offices, one of the guys, he doesn't look at you suspiciously per se, but he does look at you going, "Oh, the office is closed. There ain't no one in there, mate."
I'm well aware it's my office.
He looks you up and down. "Pull the other one."
Pull the other door?
No, he pull the other one. I said pull the other leg. Like you're joshing
man.
me.
Yeah.
That was such a Britishism, and Manchester totally missed.
Yep.
Well,
Unfortunately,
Sorry.
Ebony isn't.
Yeah, I know.
can I use my chaotic to re-roll it?
Let me see what your chaotic does. So
At the
many
cost
abilities.
of,
in this.
I'm giving you a free GM.
Once after
intrusion.
each scene, if you don't like the first result, you can re-roll the die, but regardless of the outcome, the GM presents you with an intrusion. So you haven't used it in the last 10-hour recovery, so you can re-roll the die if you wish. Yes, I will allow you.
Please. Oh.
Nope, even worse.
It's almost an 18.
All right.
And with my intrusion, he's now looking and going, "I don't think you're supposed to be here."
I'm going to erase his memories.
Okay.
That'll do it.
I was never here. Okay, so erase memories. You're reaching the mind of a creature within immediate range. Okay, so you will have to do it to each of them individually. Now, because they're just common people and not the totems or bromitics or anything like that, I'm treating it almost like, you're like gods compared to them. So it's just gonna work. But you're gonna have to spend the points. Now you've got an edge, so it's gonna cost you 2 each time, but there's 3 of them and you're gonna have to do it 3 times.
Yep, so that would bring me from 14 to 8. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, so it's 6 points in total.
Yep.
Okay. So in that case, he looks at you. Eventually they all just sort of sit there stunned for a second. And like I said, I sort of give a moment before their system reboots, like their brain comes back to before they realize what's happening. So you can choose to leave, or you can choose to try and do this all over again and push forward.
I'm still trying to get in the door, and even in that moment of haze, I'm gonna erase their memories and then try and turn around and just kind of get my way in while they're still in their haze.
Okay, so they're a little out of it. I'm going to say that in this case, you're just trying to stealth in before they notice. So it's going to be a speed roll, but it's going to be a lot easier because they are out of it. I'm going to say difficulty 3.
Beauty.
Use effort to lower that as well.
I can lower that as well?
Yep, always. You can always apply effort. You can always apply assets. If you're trained in stealth or anything like that, you could say so.
Yeah, then I'll pay the 3 to lower it.
It's a little more like Fate, this system where I guess you haven't played Fate with us. It's not so much hard rulings on stuff. If you can convince me something applies, then it applies.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to haggle and bargain.
But yeah, so I'll try and I'll lower it by 1.
Okay, so it's 3 points off your speed to lower it by 1.
Yep.
So that brings it to a difficulty of 2 to sort of sneak in before they come to realizing what you're doing.
Please, dice.
Oh, just.
That was close.
Just.
Oh my god, this game today.
It doesn't like you.
So you sneak in and you manage to get, like, they've got like the cheap like plastic Venetian blinds or whatever. You manage to get those down just in time to hear someone in the other room go, "Did I hear something?" Oh, whatever. Back to 4chan.
So when I'm in there, I'm gonna be looking. Is any paperwork on the desks? Anything that might lead to who owns this property now? Anything that might be of crucial information to us, as far as the. I doubt there's going to be any paperwork that has anything to do with the bromidics, but maybe something familiar from like maybe the people, the demons or whatever that own the paper business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna say I want you. Okay, so you're searching around. At first, you don't find anything. The computer's not even hooked up. Most of the drawers are empty. There are a couple of cheap old like metal like filing drawers. One of them is locked, but you just sort of pick it open because those things are ridiculously easy to pick. And it's empty. It's nothing in it. What I would like you to do is roll an intellect for me. We're going to say difficulty level 4, because it's difficult to find what you need to find. Once again, you can adjust it if you wish. But this is just sort of looking around the office to see if you can find anything that may have been left behind. Why does my music keep stopping?
Before I make that roll,
There we go.
the one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Rejuvenator cipher.
Okay.
It is level 4, and it restores a number of points equal to the cipher's level to one random stat pool.
Oh, it's a random stat pool.
It is a random stat pool. That's what it says here.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna do. I actually get to roll a die. I want to roll this because I get to roll a die for once. So we're gonna say we're gonna do them in order for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically.
Okay.
So it'll be like might, speed, intellect.
I don't know what happens if it's a pool that I haven't expended anything from, but we'll figure that out.
So it's speed. You'll get it back to your speed.
That'll replenish my speed and get rid of a cipher for when we get more. Okay, and then I'm going to lower this difficulty to 3 using my edge, so just dropping my intellect from 8 to 6.
Okay.
And pray that the dice are actually kind to me this time.
Okay. Oh, okay, you're good. Just good.
This is a butt clencher.
Ooh, you have been close. Let me tell you what. Okay. Here we have this here. Felida. Okay. So you find 2 things actually. First of all, you find. You actually find a cipher, a little bit hidden energy left over from the mortal that used to be in this office. And you find anti-venom. Apparently. Shit. I'm assuming that renders you immune to poisons of the same level or lower. It's a d6 plus 2 for the level of it.
Yeah.
So feel free, if you wish to absorb that and take it, feel free to do so.
Yeah, that can replace the one that I just used, so it'll be level 6.
Nice. So that's actually pretty good. So if it was an intimidating level poison or worse, it would you'd just be immune to it.
Yep.
On use.
Beautiful.
Okay. And of course you can always replace it if you find other ciphers in the future. The other thing you find hidden underneath one of the cabinets, it looks like it was a piece of paper that had maybe been discarded and forgotten about or something when the office was obviously cleaned out. It looks like an agreement with a corporation, a financier corporation.
Is there a name?
Let me find. Let me find the right area to get the right information here. Was it this? Yeah, okay. Two fly. Oh, actually, I do need. Yes, okay. All right. Yes, it is the Reach Corporation.
The Reach Corporation?
The Reach Corporation.
And what's the name of the restaurant again? Sorry?
You're in the Treble.
The Trouble?
Treble.
Treble, like Treble?
Yes. Okay. The music thing.
Yep.
Like the clef.
The note. Yep, Treble.
Prepare for trouble.
Cool. And that's the only thing I find in the room?
That's the only thing you find. It looks like it was part of some sort of memo to do with the sale, but it looks like it was just like one of like the footer or header pages that was like spitted out when the whole thing was printed. It doesn't actually itself have much information on it. But that's, you do find that something to do with the sale of the place had something to do with the Reach Corporation, and it looks like the Reach Corporation, you do see an address for it for somewhere in Hammersmith. It was Hammersmith, right? Second. Yes, Hammersmith.
Oh, we just came from there.
Isn't that where the prison is?
No.
No, that's in Greenwich.
That's
Okay.
just came from.
Okay. So I yeah, if I don't find anything else in there, I'll slip out of the room. If anybody notices, I'll be like, yeah, I was looking for a bathroom, but pointed this way. Do you happen to know? I think I walked too far.
I am gonna have you do like an intellect roll, but if you're leaving the office and you're already in there and there's only like one guy left, so I'm gonna say it's a difficulty 2 to start with.
Cool. Yep.
Cool.
That's better.
I was worried for a second. I saw the 4 and I went to 11. Okay. Yeah, okay, not a problem. He looks at you, he's like, it's like a slightly different guy, because you were in there for a hot second looking around. And it looks like the other original people left, and it's like another one of he's like a bus boy or something. He's just there, playing on his phone, having a little snack. He just looks up at you, he's like, what of him, like, he could give two shits.
Does he answer my question, or he just says like whatever, like fuck you?
Yeah, he's like, on my break. That's it.
I'm gonna put a joint on the table in front of him. It's like just a simple question, mate.
He looks at it, looks at you, and goes, "All right then." He slips that into what looks like a cigarette case.
Yeah. Manchester look and say, "Wedding gelato, best in the region. Hope you enjoy, mate. Where's the bathroom?"
Bathroom? You're looking for the privates right there, just down the hall, just a little bit to the left.
Manchester will go. He'll rock a piss, wash his hands, and then walk back to the table.
Okay. So after I would say a good solid 20 minutes, Manchester finally comes back from his quick bathroom break.
We're probably eating like entrees or some shit.
Yeah, they bring you little appetizers, some fancy but overly stale bread with various dipping oils and a few other small things. Little tiny crab cakes.
Welcome back. I thought maybe you fell in.
Oh, mate, that kebab apparently wasn't as good as it was supposed to be, and just did my insides in.
Oh, yes, that'll do it.
Oh, you don't have your cats with you, right?
No.
Okay, because
No.
that a child is one thing, but they wouldn't have allowed your cats
No.
in. Okay,
No.
just making sure. Yeah, are you doing anything? They bring you appetizers. It looks like it's going to be a lot of small courses that they plan on bringing you, rather than like, here's your entree, get out. It's going to be a lot of small. It looks like the chef has planned for you to make some small tasters of some of the best things he can make. While you're sitting there, what do you guys plan on doing?
Sure. I'm gonna keep an eye out to see when somebody goes out, for a butt break.
Okay, yeah, like one of the other chefs or something like that, or one of the other cooks. Yeah, eventually, say like the saucier goes out for like a quick break or whatever.
And I'll I'm not even gonna bring it up to the freakman. I'm just gonna look at his lawyer and give him the like smoke sign, so he hands me a cigarette. I know that's less likely to draw attention.
Yeah, knowing Freakman's guy, he opens a case and there's probably a selection of various legal and illegal smokable contrivances within this case.
Yeah, I'll just take one that looks the least dangerous. And George is gonna head outside.
Okay.
Yeah, did you give him the cyber coke?
He looks at the case and is like, I don't think so.
All right, that's my shit. Thank you.
To have a look at Manchester, I'd be like, so, did you find the bathroom okay? Unsubtle wink.
Social skills.
Manchester will look back and grin and pull out his flask that I'm sure he shouldn't be having at a restaurant. Take a big swig and go, yeah, mate, it's really nice in there. You should check it out. And he'll wink back.
Wink, wink. You don't have to say wink. Okay. So George is you go outside. I mean, no one looks any strange at you. You're coming from the chef's table. No one is looking at you strangely if you exit out the back door that a lot of them are exiting out of for their little breaks.
Yeah.
And despite being in the future and cigarettes finally being a very much faded thing, it's a kitchen. It's still strong within the culture of the kitchen. They definitely all still smoke. And yeah, so you see he's just out there by himself right now because it's not a normal break time per se. It's pretty busy time, but looks like he just needed a moment, and he wasn't specifically needed for anything at the moment, being the saucier. A lot of his stuff is already prepped.
Yep. And basically I'm just gonna, bum a light off him.
Yeah. He hands you a light. Just wordlessly, just standing there.
And then I'm basically gonna, pump him for information.
All right, go ahead.
What it's like under, what's it like under the new management?
It's all right. It's a bit the same as it was before. Since they bought us, they let us, pretty much go the same way that we were always. Nothing much has really changed. If you're here at the chef's table, which I think you are, I dare say you're going to have just as good of a meal as ever.
That's good. So they haven't switched any suppliers or...
No, nothing much has really changed. We weren't expecting it to be sold, and I got to admit it was a bit of a nerve-wracking experience when they did it. But when it happened, some fancy corporate people came in and didn't actually even get their names, but they said, oh, nothing's going to really change, just where the profits go and get funneled will, but other than that, just keep doing about what you would normally be doing. That's about it.
Good, so they're still paying you correctly and all the...
Well, as correctly as they ever are. I mean, how these places work.
I hear that one.
But no, yeah, nothing's changed. I'm glad to know you've got an interest in the kitchen stuff. Don't worry, your food will be just as nice as ever.
Good, excellent. Well, thank you for assuaging my worries.
Oh, not a problem. I'm basically, it's not just entirely the fact that they told us to tell everyone this. It actually is true that nothing's really changed, at least on our part. I did hear that the nightclub side of it is timed down a bit. They for a while there, they were wanting to, well, the old owner wanted to spice the place up a bit more, get a bit more of the, you know, the heavier EDM and stuff like that, to get the younger crowd in. But the new owners decided they wanted us to stay classy. So it's mostly remixes of classic music with, you know, a bit of a beat to it. So people can still, you know, move around, but at the same time, they still feel like they're classy bitches, you know what I mean?
Ah, yes. Yeah, well, that is good to know.
And as he's standing there talking to you, he seems to be almost startled for a minute at how much he seems to be opening up to you and how comfortable he seems in your presence. It looks like he's not the type of person that would normally be talking so openly with people, but just being in your presence, being who you are, Santa Claus, basically. Not really.
Be what you want, little boy.
He just, it's almost like he feels he can tell his hopes and dreams to you. And he's like, oh, sorry about that. It ain't near me. Got in, it was so, like, shareable with strangers that way. You're at the shift tables, I'm sure you're fancy shite. I mean, a special person. So, you know, enjoy your meal.
Well, thank you. You, here, you can have the rest of this. Pass him off the bit of stick that I got left, because I haven't even taken a hit off of it.
All right.
And, just head back in.
Okay, you head back in, and yeah, you can definitely sort of hear him mumbling to himself, like, why the fuck was he sharing so much? Yeah, you managed to go back to the table. Oh, mashed potato and gravy's in the house. Hey, how you going? I don't tend to talk to the people as much when I'm doing the RPG stuff, but I wanted to say hello to you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll time them up.
No, they're good shit. They're good shit.
It's not like it's Saru or anything.
It's not like it's Saru. I actually like mashed potato and gravy. And I don't just mean the food. Okay.
As George is getting back to the table, I imagine Manchester probably would have let slip that the Reach Corporation has bought out this place.
He actually posted it in the table.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, I'll definitely be looking into the Reach Corporation while passively drinking and eating.
So you're looking into the Reach Corporation?
Yeah.
Okay, the Reach Corporation. This is going to be another one of those variable deep dives. Basically, like, you choose how difficult you want this to be. If it's really simple, you're probably just doing a quick Google search. However, if you decide to start doing higher and higher difficulties, you'll be delving deeper and deeper into the darker corners of the web to find out more information.
I'm gonna knock him down a notch. I'm going to difficulty level 3.
3. Okay, so not too bad. That's not too bad. What 3 is demanding, requires your attention, but your average person would still have a good chance to succeed.
And then I'm gonna put some effort into it.
Okay. So it starts out as 3. You're gonna put effort into make it a 2.
Oh
shit. Okay. Well, with a nat 20, you're able to get a major effect out of it. Now, what kind of effect do you think you'd want to be aiming for as far as this is concerned? What do you think you would get?
I'm looking for what's their goal on like why they're buying out all these like nightclubs.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, the Reach Corporation, you initially look it up. It seems odd that they'd be buying nightclubs and restaurants and stuff, as they seem to be an investment and financier corporation. They don't normally deal with owning businesses directly. so much as shareholds and stocks and things like this. I will give it to you as your because you rolled a 20 and you got a major advantage thing today. I will give it to you that you recognize the corporation as someone that has a couple of totem deep within the corporation. In fact, you believe they may even be heads of the corporation as far as you are concerned. It's hard to tell because, once again, corporations are messy. There's different names of shareholders and they're all like freaking Matryoshka dolls, and
CEO and
it's hard to tell because there's like representative CEO, but then maybe they're held by like another like offshore company, and you know, they all corporations
subsidiaries.
Yeah, all corporations own each other, especially corporations that themselves don't deal with any specific products or services.
And then there's always the board of directors.
But as far as you can tell, the specific leader of this corporation, although like the corporation is owned by others, is a totem. Two totems, actually. You're looking at Lakshmi and Velas.
Lakshmi and Velas. How do you spell that?
That sounds familiar.
And here I should have pictures actually, I believe. Totem, so Lakshmi.
I could just see it like now, like Taverson's like suddenly casual search. Do. Oh look, I accidentally hacked their back end.
Pretty much, yeah. You like accidentally found a way, and then Velas.
You spell?
Didn't their names come up?
Velas is Veles.
Are we heard?
You did indeed hear about them somewhere else. That is true.
Prometheus told us.
Okay.
Okay.
Why does my music keep stopping?
It doesn't like.
No. Just plays half a song and then stops.
That's annoying.
Yeah. That's Spotify.
It was doing that to me the other day when I was trying to do music sharing with somebody else.
Weird. I think my phone's doing it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be happening though. You're the only one listening. It's weird.
Yeah. Wrong hole. Okay. Joking's fine.
That's why I remember seeing it, because in the description for Hammersmith, it's mentioned that Lakshmi and Velas are two of the totems that reside in that district, and that it's focused around the like economy and economic powerhouses and whatnot.
And any information on why they would be buying up nightclubs and restaurants and stuff?
That you're not entirely sure on. The bonus you got. Yeah, I think you need another drink. Or she's going to get a drink. Oh, okay. Looks like she's okay. Just the wrong hole. And once you start coughing, once you get past a certain age, it doesn't stop for a little while. So as for why you're not sure, this does not seem to be their normal bag. They are about wealth itself. They're, hence why they run like financial companies and stuff like this. You are not. This doesn't seem to be her normal MO.
Any mention of the new universal currency spender?
No, there's no mention of spender whatsoever. So this Lakshmi, this doesn't seem to be her normal venue, her normal way. The other weirder thing is Velas. I have no idea if I'm even saying this correctly. But anyways, Velas, I'm going to pronounce it. This is far out of his wheelhouse. In fact, the fact that Velas is part of this financial company seems to be sort of slightly out of his wheelhouse. Although one of his portfolio things as an ancient god you probably somewhat recognize is Wealth. He is known for a bunch of other things, including music, magic, trickery, and the earth and the underworld.
Huh.
Yeah, an ancient Slavic god. Yeah, she is like wealth, fortune, power, luxury, beauty, things like this. Hers makes a little bit more sense. Although wealth does work within his portfolio, he branched out to a lot more things, especially being like one of like the Slavic god lords of the underworld type thing. And being a financier company that buys nightclubs is kind of weird.
Also being a bipedal wolfman.
Yeah, but that's only when you get him angry.
Yeah.
You would really like him when he's angry. Wait, what?
Okay, yeah, I will definitely relay this information to my party.
Okay.
I would suggest we discuss this after we have dinner here.
So I think we're going to want to stick around for the club.
I just don't know who would be who would be listening here, regardless
Well, yeah,
of who
exactly.
we are.
Okay, so in that case, we power through dinner then, unless there's any other sneaking around or information gathering you decide to do. So I'll take that as a no, so we'll move on. It's a nice dinner. Maybe not one of the best you've had, especially for some of you that are like literally thousands of years old. But it's up there. It's not too shabby. It is pretty good. It is definitely worth like a couple of stars, like Michelin stars type thing. Like these, it seems like a ritzy place, and it looks like the food follows suit. It is pretty damn good food. Nothing as far as the service or the food seems out of place. They look like they are very familiar with everything that they're doing. It doesn't look like anything's new or changed or out of place as far as the staff is concerned. They are going through the ropes that they seem to normally go through.
I'm going to assume the other locations, like the other nightclubs, follow suit with the Reach Corporation.
You're not sure? So after you finish your dinner, and it starts reaching slightly later, and one thing they apologize for when they say it, but the one thing they do say is that there's only one rule within the place, then that is once it approaches 8:30, anyone that stays has to pay the nightclub fee if they wish to stay past 8:30. That is when officially the place changes from changes from restaurant to nightclub. Anyone at the normal tables in the middle end up having to leave or go to the bar. Anyone in the booths is allowed to stay where they are, and of course, you being at the chef's table can stay where you are as well if you wish.
Yeah, we'll definitely stick around. I don't think we'll have a problem paying the fee.
No, several of you are more than wealthy enough. It's not a big fee. It's not expensive to get into this nightclub so much as difficult. It's a fairly ritzy place, fairly nice place.
And we're already here.
And I mean, you're already in, so they don't have to check you. Like once you're in, you're in. You can stay as long as you want.
I may not dress super fancy, but let's face it, I've been sitting on, money gaining interest in banks since banks were invented.
Yes, as the by far oldest member of the party, since you've existed since literally time was a thing and understood by people.
I am pretty sure that you gave some banks their first liquid capital to work with. Here's some gold. Take it. Be useful.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you stay as the place is cleaned up. The light levels, the way they work it is kind of interesting, and the light levels very subtly lower over the course of about an hour, like very slowly, so that it goes from a nice sort of yellow, whitish yellow dining sort of levels for the light level to finally being a bluish, sort of colder but much darker light levels that eventually gets some other nightclub-esque sort of things going on in the background, sparkling lights and all sorts of like little laser bits in the background and things like this. Even though this place is on the classier side, it's still a nightclub per se, but you do get a mixture of classics. And I'm not talking just like haha classics 80s stuff like that. Like literally like you're getting like Beethoven and Bach and everything, but remixed to have a little bit of a beat with it to try and keep this classy feel to it. So that there's a like a light electronic dance music beat to like the classic orchestral. And then most of the people on the dance floor tend to be, you're guessing like middle-aged rich people that suddenly want to reclaim their youth type of situation.
Yeah. Just watching the transition. And it's like going from the calm, classy restaurant to the more club-like atmosphere. I'm just sitting here. It's like, this really parallels the last couple centuries fairly well. It's almost just watching the last couple centuries go by, but at an accelerated rate.
Okay.
Going from the nice, classy, dinner restaurant to, EDM and flashy lights and club things. It's just...
So you are now in a nightclub environment. Some of the staff changes over, like a couple of cooks or a couple of the chefs like stay on, like not the main chef or the sous chef or anything like that. Like they're done. They wrap up. They help clean up a little bit. They go home, whatever. All they keep on are a couple of cooks to do like small appetizer type things for people at the bar as they're ordered. Mm-hmm. And that's about it as it switches over to nightclub mode. You are told you can stay as long as you want at the chef's table. There will even be someone that will come in every once in a while to check on you, see if you want to order drinks, things like this. But for the most part, it's the area that you're in actually kind of empties out. It feels odd because half the kitchen basically shuts down. They even like turn the lights off in half of it. And so because you're in between the main room and the kitchen area, you feel like you're in between this like nebulous abandoned area of the building almost, with only a couple of cooks doing their thing. And for the most part, standing there doing nothing. And the more lively section of people in the other room. And my music stops again with Spotify. So what are you doing? You're just sitting here, just tapping your foot. Got some nice beats going on. We got.
I'm gonna order another bottle of scotch.
Okay, yeah, they'll bring a whole bottle to your table for sure.
And I'll start pouring glasses out for the servers who keep bringing it to me.
Okay.
I don't really know what else to do. Like, I'm kind of tapped out. Like,
I will, since we're basically alone now, I'll mention that, I discovered that basically, all the staff has been kept on, but they've basically been told to tell everyone that, nothing's going to change. And that appears to be the case, whether they necessarily want to or not. Mm-hmm. They're all keeping it pretty tight-lipped. But money is being shuffled someplace. Been informed that that's changed.
I don't think that it was supposed to get out who bought this place, because in that office, it was bare. It doesn't look like anybody's actually managing it here. The computer wasn't even hooked up.
Where have we seen that before?
Oh,
Right?
Goddamn vampires again. Motherfuckers.
so
So
where?
the Reach Corporation... Oh, sorry.
No, I was about to say. So where are they supposedly based out of?
Hammerfell. Or Hammersmith, sorry. That's where the two owners, per se, are.
Huh. Isn't that also where your friend Spender is?
Yeah.
That's got to be the next place then. That's
However,
the
there is no connection between them and Spender, so I'm not exactly sure where those webs lead.
Well, they're all money, aren't they?
Yeah, but you'd think either there's some sort of like really big cover up, or there would be some strands leading one way or another. There was nothing.
Have you looked into whether Reach is the one who purchased the other clubs?
I can look. Give me a second.
I'm gonna actually help you.
I'm actually going to do some really deep angle challenge rating 5.
Okay. All right. So
And with help, I'm going to lower that with 4, and then help from George here. I'm going to lower that again.
So you start out with a challenging challenge rating. Basically, even professionals often fail at this, it says. Then you're going to lower to a 4 with effort.
And with George's help, I'm going to lower
Lower
that
to a
again.
3. Okay. So currently you're at difficulty level 3, target number 9. You want to give her... Oh, shit, biscuits.
Oh. This is not my number.
I think we're about to get bit on the ass again.
So you're searching around trying to find basically who bought these nightclubs and stuff, and it's almost like if you were sitting in an office, like looking in the files, and all of a sudden someone was breathing over your shoulder, and you hear a, "What are you looking at?" This is interesting. What are you looking at? Why the interest in these clubs? And the presence of Spender is once again sort of surrounding you.
You know, Spender, I'm going to ask the same question to you. Why the interest in these nightclubs?
That is a very good question.
Is that one I'm going to get an answer to?
Not entirely from me. I am spread thin these days. I am new. I am still figuring this out. The Reach Corporation is not one of my digits. It has been taken from me. It was one of mine, but it has been taken from me. A knuckle severed.
Do you know who severed your knuckle?
Taken or stolen?
I do not know the difference. What is stealing?
Without your
That is business.
So who conducted this business and severed your knuckle?
That is correct. I do not know who. It was sneaky. Well, I slept. I am an infant. I sleep sometimes, a lot.
No, when, like physical time, dates, transactions.
31 days ago.
Just going to look at the calendar to see what date that
was. Doesn't seem to coincide with anything major.
See, this is when I wish Athena was here. She looked at the stuff that her brothers were sending to Prometheus.
Yep, and she didn't tell us.
Well, sounds like we need to visit.
Were the restaurants bought?
The restaurants were bought 31 days ago.
Something was
Looks like
taken
we-
by the restaurant.
The company that is buying the restaurants was taken from Spender. Yeah. He says the Reach company used to be one of his, but is no longer.
I think we need to go talk to Urzuli, since she seems to give more answers than Aphrodite.
I think we should talk to Lakshmi if she's even still alive.
That's kind of why I want to go talk to Urzuli first. I want to find out when the offers were made on their club and when she last heard from Hermes and Mercury.
Oh, pieced it together.
I know. She's fine.
Manchester, I think you're onto something.
Yes, I agree. Which is why I want to go visit Urzuli. I want to see if
We are heading immediately to the Love Bug.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys, I'm assuming the Freakman just like downs the rest of the bottle or
call
something.
a limo and maybe pay our tab, but maybe. Let's just see if the limo comes first.
Shouldn't
Okay.
need the limo. The love bug should be right down the street.
It is within walking distance. You literally could probably walk there in about 10 minutes.
Will there be cameras on the street, guys?
Oh, probably.
Limo.
You are in the nicer part of town.
Limo.
Okay.
Everyone get under my umbrella as we walk out of the club.
Plus, we will need the limo when we leave the Love Bug.
Very true. All right.
Okay, so for the first time, you show up to the Love Bug at like the appropriate time of day, so it's actually open.
Yeah.
We'll let it just give a second to load for everybody.
How long you been waiting to use this, kid?
Wow.
I originally thought this was going to be the first scene you go to.
I would say we're sorry, but we're not.
Yeah, I know.
This is beautiful, though. This is amazing.
Awesome. It's nice.
Oh,
Foundry and your ambient light source.
you know,
Now I
right?
gotta throw on some techno music.
There's actually two light sources in this one, but yeah, you can definitely hear the thumping in the background of the club as it's going on, because it's probably around 9:30 by now, and the club scene has started, and the Love Bug is the hip and happening place, as the kids not these days say. And it is the place that people would be going to. There is a lineup all the way around the block, 5 wide. It is definitely not an easy place to normally get into.
Why don't we go in the back?
Yeah.
Why don't we just
We know the owner. Like, actually know the owner.
why
We
don't
all
we just
personally know the owner.
we probably have also talked to at least one of the bouncers,
Do
and
we want to make a scene, or do we want to come in stealth again?
well, last time we tried the stealthy approach, we ended up having to fight our way through some.
Why don't one of you with your newfangled phones call and let them know that we're coming in?
Oh, good point. Didn't Urzuli give somebody her number?
Yes.
I also have the bartender's number.
Call Urzuli and have her. Well, it's better if one of the owners actually comes out and escorts us in. Seems
But
a
how
little
much more
less-
likely are you to get a hold of them over the bartender?
The bartender is probably going to be busy.
Very, especially when she sees who the number is. I'm pretty sure Tat can push it.
Yeah, I will call Lazuli's number. Like, off the card that she gave me.
Okay. It takes a few rings. You're thinking it's just about to get to voicemail when finally you barely hear a voice in the background beyond like the loud thumping music, but it's sort of muffled, like maybe she's in a back room or something, and you hear a, what? Who's us?
Lazuli, it's Tab. We're outside. We need to let us in. We got news.
Tav. Right. And then just hangs up immediately. After waiting there for a few minutes, eventually you see Urzuli like actually like come out the front door, kind of like peering around, looking for you amongst the crowd.
I'll have the limo driver pull us out right in front of the crowd by the door.
Okay. So a limo pulls up in front of the nightclub. You guys get out, and she immediately makes her bouncers like make way for you, making the entire crowd think celebrities are coming in.
I'm also gonna pop my umbrella and keep all of us under it as best we can.
Okay.
Nice.
There's a rapid seizure-inducing amount of flashing all of a sudden from like camera phones, as people are like, "Oh, who's there? Who just got into the limo? Oh, I think it's such and such. No, she's in Cabo right now. No, it's such and such."
I'm gonna block as much as this I can with the umbrella.
Okay. Your minions are all, they probably have like reflective people, umbrellas and
They're very
stuff.
good at this. They're blocking everything.
Yeah. One of them brings out basically like a collapsible like telescopic pole that then furls down this big like green screen thing to just put up in front of you as you walk.
It's a great idea. Tyrone, I'm proud of you.
And yeah, you're allowed into the place. Finally getting back into the club. In general, let's go into the club here.
I'm actually going to give a big genuine smile to Urzuli because I'm actually glad to see that she is still here.
Switch up music to actual EDM stuff. Okay, so you are in the club itself. It is loud. It's overpoweringly loud, but it doesn't seem to offend your senses because as soon as you get into the club, once again, you get that calm feeling that it's like you've been enveloped into this warm, fuzzy blanket. As soon as you step into the love bug, there's just something about the place that gives you comfort, but at the same time, an energy. Like you feel like the one is here. Just you could socialize and mingle with anybody.
Yeah, I will like the music's still loud. I'll like lean up and like whisper into Zuli's ear, like, do you have a office we can talk?
Office. Yes. And then she like basically leads you over up a set of stairs to a second floor back of the building. Finally the music drowns to there's that very thud, like you don't hear the trebles, like you don't hear the higher tones, you just hear like the bass, just like the in the background, but you don't hear anything else of the song. But it is distant, it's not overwhelming, and you can calmly talk amongst each other. You don't see Aphrodite anywhere, just Urzuli at the moment.
I imagine she's mingling and doing her thing, sitting up on her throne.
Actually, her throne seemed empty when you walked in. What can I do for you?
First of all, where's Aphrodite?
Athie's out doing some business right now.
With who?
It's none of your business.
Well, I'll walk over to like the computer monitor and I'll just like plug myself in and just like display what I find. I was like, listen, the Reach Corporation has been buying up clubs and actually stealing business away from this new totem called Spender. He said his knuckles have been severed from this district. The people in charge are Lashmi and Velas, but a Manchester actually brought up a really good point. This is not really their thing, so we think that they're being puppeted, whether they're alive or not.
Also, much like their Hermes and Mercury's delivery agency, all the stuff that should have been working correctly at the last place we were at were all empty and not.
Which was the trucker club.
I hate to say it, but I think that you're on to something. We have heard of the Reach Corporation before. The thing about Lakshmi is I dare say also correct. Mostly.
This is why we were asking where Aphrodite is, because there's actually a possibility she's in trouble right now.
Effie is here, and she holds out her phone to you, screen facing towards you, and you see a picture that it looks like, according to the tag, it looks like it's something Aphrodite sent to Urzuli, and the picture is Lakshmi nailed to the wall, color drained from her, apparently lifeless.
Where is that?
Oh, damn.
That is somewhere in Hammersmith.
Let's go.
We need an address.
If he would track down some of the same information as you and decided to go investigate, Afi, she thinks she is impenetrable for, well, anything but men, right?
Urzuli, she's in danger. They're all in danger.
It is
Urzuli.
Afi. I do not know. I think she will be fine.
When was the last time you saw Hermes and Mercury?
Hermes and Mercury, I have not seen them for, a couple of weeks, I think.
Maybe closer to a month?
Could be, yeah.
I'm going to ask for Lazuli's phone.
Okay.
I will literally plug myself into it and hack and try and find Aphrodite's location via GPS.
Okay, you find Aphrodite's location. It looks like she's at the same address that you got for the Reach Corporation's headquarters.
Is her phone still active?
As far as you can tell, yes.
And was Lazuli the last person she contacted?
That you might have to give me an actual roll for, because you're hacking into stuff. So I'm gonna say a difficulty 4 is the base.
Okay. I will spend points to lower that.
Okay.
All right. Oh, damn it.
You're not sure. You're getting stonewalled as far as getting the actual cell phone records are concerned.
All right, I will hand Lazuli back her phone and look at everyone else like, we gotta go.
Yes.
Yeah. Not even a single argument. I'm moving as soon as everybody else is.
Okay.
We'll use the back door and not draw a giant ruckus.
Yes. Plus, it would look bad if the limo that just showed up and disgorged a large group of people suddenly rushed out. We don't want the bug getting a bad reputation.
It's like they just showed up. Why are they leaving?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you leave through the side area, basically.
Have the limo brought to the back street, would you?
Ed.
Okay.
Break for Hammersmith.
Okay, it's gonna back to Hammersmith again. It's gonna take you a hot second to get there. Getting out of Croydon, especially in the area you're in, takes a little bit. That's probably the majority of the trip is just getting out of this district. Once you get out on the open motorways and finally getting into Hammersmith, it's not so bad, but it still takes you probably a good solid, I'd say about 45 minutes at this time of day to get there. You do eventually pull up to the area, though.
George is twitchy the whole time.
Okay.
He's worried. It's like he's used to, having some idea of control and, order, and this is a little, outside.
Yeah. It is, once again, it is bitterly cold. It's one of those nights where it's not very cloudy, so it's actually even colder than usual. The temperature has plummeted, whereas generally it's been hovering at least close to freezing. You think it's suddenly dropped to like a good -10, -12. and with a bit of a wind going on as well. All of the slush that's been around is ice, although the roads have been cleared because this is a nice area. You are in front of a decent-sized office building. It's not one of like the mega buildings that are in the other parts of the area. You're sort of on the outskirts of Hammersmith.
How tall is it?
This one looks like it's actually maybe only like 5 stories tall, which compared to the rest of the buildings, or compared to a lot of the buildings in Hammersmith that you were looking at before, is just tiny. It's like a baby building.
Anything suspicious on the outside of this building? Or is it just like mundane, like nothing?
Not that you can tell. It is. It's an older building. You can definitely tell. It looks like downstairs is a shop of some kind, and then it looks like there's a second door that's meant for going upstairs to the offices themselves. And being the older kind of building, it's a very solid brickwork and smaller like windows, things like this. Although there's no lights going on, although you think for a moment you see a flash of light in the uppermost floor, but everything else seems dark.
And that's literally when George says, "I'll see you guys on the inside." And I'm going to use my far step ability to get up on the roof.
Beauty.
Okay.
We need to get inside now, folks.
Does it look like there is a? Are there entrances on the bottom floor as well?
Yeah, it looks like there's an entrance. Like there's 2 main front entrances. One is for the shop. One is for. It looks like it immediately goes into a stairwell to go up.
That's what we need.
That's where we're going.
Okay, so
And once I'm on the roof, I'm going to look for like a roof access door, and then I'm going to pop it open with my axe.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's easy enough. Yeah, there is indeed a roof access door. Of course, there would be. It is locked, but I will allow you to pop it open. It'll be a might check, and we're gonna say, difficulty 4 as the base.
Okay. I will spend. I'll do effort, so I'll spend 3 points of might to pop it open, or to bring that down.
Okay.
I don't have any edge in might, so get to that cost.
Hey, that's pretty damn good, actually. You even, because you rolled a 19, I'm going to give you a minor effect that you were somehow able to even do it silently. When you popped it open, you did it in just the right way that even though the lock gave, it didn't really make much noise.
George is like winding up for a big swing, and he looks at the lock. He's like, "Oh!" He just like taps the top of it, and it falls apart.
I am used to getting in and out of places pretty quietly.
I was just gonna say, Santa being able to break and enter, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what he does. Yeah. Beep, beep. I'm assuming when you did your travel ability to the roof as well, it left like sparkles and candy canes behind you or something.
Oh, absolutely. Every time it's kind of like it's almost like when a fire sparks, like you get that little brief glimmer of sparks and then they fade out. It's
like when you pull on a new log or something like that. And
Yeah.
You hear ever so faintly the ethereal sound of just jingle bells.
Exactly.
And you guys love
as
when
he
you're staying in
finishes.
you guys love staying in a hotel with him, because whenever he finishes in the bathroom after, it still smells like Christmas pudding.
Oh.
You ruined that for me.
for the DM.
No figgy pudding.
And I'm out. That was a great stream, guys. No. But yeah, so George is gonna make it down there first. And basically you get down the hallway, or you get down the stairs, and you're on the top level. They're still working their way up a couple of floors. It's going to take them a hot second, and you do see the movement of someone with a flashlight or the light on their phone or something like that, moving around within the office place, and there's a busted open door that on the front of it says Reach Financials and Investment Corporation. And the door itself, like, it looks like it's literally been like busted open, like the area where the deadbolt would be, that part of the wall is just collapsed in. Are you going to go in further?
Oh yeah, absolutely, because if they're using a light, they're not a bromidic.
Give me
Then
one.
chances are it's probably Aphrodite.
I was not fully expecting you guys to go this direction. Give me one moment. He set something up here, sort of ad hoc.
Having dealt with bromidics before, having run across them, are there any of the same kind of like tingles in the air, like when we dealt with like the bigger ones?
Yeah, there is something in the air that feels draining and strange.
Okay. Then as I'm going in, I would like to activate my mind stabilizers cipher.
Okay.
So it's a level 3, so that's how long it lasts, right? Because it already it doesn't have it just has a static effect.
Let me take a look. This was the cipher.
Yeah.
And stabilizer. The level, yeah, that'll end up being how long it lasts. So it'll be more than fine for the encounter, that's for sure.
Okay.
So you are good against intellect attacks, basically. Which is...
Yeah, because last time I ran into one of the big ones, I was unhappy. This time I'm better prepared.
Literally unhappy.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Very happy. Very
saw how
happy.
long
Or
it was.
very unhappy on birthday.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this will be interesting. Sort of putting this together last second, because I wasn't expecting us to go quite this direction, but this is the way we're going. I will.
This is the way.
Such is the way. Let me do one more thing here. So I've got a place for you guys to sit. Just getting some tokens out because shit may very well hit the fan. Just in case, I'm gonna have it set up appropriately.
I have a feeling there will be fan hitting.
I'm just gonna repurpose another map for this.
Cool.
That's fine.
Hopefully you guys can see.
Yep.
Yeah.
I recognize the exterior.
Yeah, this was the very first encounter you were in the alleyways, except I'm have you inside the building.
Nice.
So-
Yeah.
That'll work.
With the mile markers of like.
Yeah, these are, so you guys are outside of the area in general right now, and then it's split up into the 3 normal zones that we'd have so that you can be like in immediate, short, and long distances. Right now, George is still a long distance away, but you do see sort of like down the hall in the office place, you actually see Aphrodite doing stuff, looking around the place. And when you actually look at her, you realize that she is not using a flashlight or her phone or anything. Her eyes are glowing this like golden yellow, and that seems to be what's lighting the place up. However, the feeling that you're getting of something wrong and something draining seems to be coming strongest from where she is.
All right. Well, if I'm able to, I'm gonna spend another intellect point and far step right next to her.
Okay, yeah, you should be able to do that. You can far step up to like a long distance or whatever, can't you?
Yes. Hence ending up on the roof.
Long distance. Okay, yeah, cool. So in that case, you're going to go right next to her. Oh, yeah, wherever you want. It's anywhere over there.
Yep.
And it's at this point she looks at you, which is blinding for a moment before her eyes dull down, and it's just glowing eyes in the darkness. There doesn't seem to be like recognition or even sanity behind those eyes as she peers at you.
Yeah.
And it's with this, she's actually looking at you, and we are going to add everyone to combat. And I'm going to have everyone roll an initiative. Athena's not here, so I don't have to worry about that stuff. So basically, everyone just roll a d20 for me.
Oops.
Oh no, it's 13.
Okay. I wish this would have done this like automatically. That would have been nice.
Oh shit! It's because I didn't roll from the thing.
Initiative thing and click the dice
Yeah.
next to your name.
If you go to the fizzy thing and click the die, it adds it auto.
You'd
Yeah.
think we do this once a week, right?
You'd
Yeah,
think
I
so.
know,
Oh, there's Aphrodite. I was like, she was there, right? Yeah. Okay. Freya did not. We rolled a.
Rolling.
It was in here somewhere. I don't see it. Here, I think I can just. Here, I rolled it there.
Okay.
We got it. We got
Before
it.
this kicks off solid, I'll be right back.
Okay. Tav, what did you get there? You got 11? And Freakman got 8.
Oh, sorry. Dude,
Oh, I didn't roll it in the right spot. I see.
Same. I just looked at that. I just rolled a d20.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Once again, we're doing this a little bit differently just because the system being kind of janky in the way it does initiative and stuff. So it's fine. It's fine. So the way I'm going to have it is basically on your turn, if you're not in the scene yet, you can push yourself into the long distance there. And, you know, we don't have Hawks doing his thing anyways, but the first person is Mad Manchester. So Mad Manchester, you're finally racing up the stairs, and you are finally at the top of the stairs, huffing and puffing, when you add all the way down the hallway in what seems to be darkened and maybe slightly tossed office places behind a bashed door. It's once again still bitterly cold in here. The door, it looks like some cold air has been let in when George came in, and it looks like there may be some smashed windows in the office place as well. And what are you doing?
I can like climb through a window to get in.
Yes. Well, you're coming up the stairs, right? With everybody else, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're at the top of the stairs. If you move into the office, so on your turn, I'm gonna like automatically move you in. So you are now in long distance, basically.
And you said it was dark?
It is fairly dark. Yes, you can still see them. There's moonlight coming in from the window, as well as the fact that her eyes seem to be glowing at the moment.
Yep. I can do pull out about 5 cigarettes, light them all at once, and hand one to each person and go, at least something for a bit of light so we can see each other.
Okay.
I love it.
Just so you can see where each other are as little beacons. Are you doing anything else?
If that's my movement, then that's about it for now.
Yeah, I mean, taking out cigarettes, lighting 5, that would take up a fair amount of time.
Yep. Well, he's lighting them all at once, so it's not that much time.
We'll wait for Hawk to get back then. He should be back soon. I mean, you don't know anything bad is happening because nothing bad has happened. They're definitely, you guys are getting the same feeling, however, of there's something wrong. You feel almost weakened being in the area. Something feels not right. It's the same feeling you were getting when you were in the old office place for Hermes. And it just doesn't, it just feels like something is misplaced within the city. You don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to draw a new one.
I don't know what happened. I went for a drink, came back with a pear.
You went for a drink and came back what?
Came back with a pear.
Oh, okay. Worth it. Oh, we're just waiting for Hawk to get back. Well, we're waiting. If anyone's actually watching in the background, which I don't think they are, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow and all that good stuff. We got some new videos coming out soon. D&D videos, probably related, on the YouTube channel, which will be pretty good. And a few of us here, quick, Bad Hair Gaming, Shadowhawk, myself, like all of us are getting together and we're gonna do like I think like a radio podcast type of thing, talking about role-playing games, which I think will be cool.
I'm excited for it.
I'm just trying to figure out the format and what we want to ask and what order and stuff like that.
Okay, so what happened?
Welcome back. Okay. Unfortunately, we're kind of top of the order almost, so not much. Mad Manchester just sort of stepped in the room after lighting several cigarettes and handing them to everybody as sort of like marker beacons so they could tell where each other are. You're standing by the front windows near with the moonlight sort of streaming in and her eyes glowing. She looks at you, but she hasn't said anything, and she's not even standing in her normal demeanor per se. She's not holding herself. She's almost more feral than anything else.
Assuming this is what happened, so I strain you. I know that I went kind of different. I'm going to try to, get through to her.
And how do you want to get through to her?
I'm gonna remind her, I understand that you're upset and angry, Aphrodite. I understand that. Urzuli showed us a picture of what you found. That's why we're here to help.
Okay. So this would be an intellect roll.
Okay.
We're looking at difficulty 8.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
Once again, anything you think you can add to it, let me know.
Actually, I'm gonna be that guy. It's actually difficult by another step.
It's more difficult?
I have an inability.
Oh shit, what's your inability?
While I'm alone, the difficulty of all intellect and speed tests is increased by 1 step.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, because they're a long distance away. So yeah, okay. You're better in a group because you were expecting to be the support guy. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All you need to do right now is roll a 27 on a d20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Piece of cake, right?
Oh, absolutely.
He's a crumb cake.
I forgot about inabilities.
Or fruitcake, yeah, he's a Christmassy guy.
He's a fruitcake.
Thank you for reminding me about those. I'm actually giving you an experience point for that.
Yeah, I can't think of anything to even add to this. I was not expecting to find a feral love goddess who's basically ready to, as far as I can tell, ready to defend herself against all comers. Yeah.
Unfortunately, a nat 20 is not an auto success. It's just if you succeed, you get a major boon to it.
Exactly, which is why I didn't ask, because I figured that. So yeah, there's no point in even me rolling. Actually, there's a point in me rolling because I could technically critically fail.
You don't have to. You can start talking and then just realize you're not getting through to her and stop. If you know you're just going to fail, you can just choose not to roll.
Yeah, George he realizes that she might be too far gone for him by himself. He doesn't have enough ties to her. He doesn't understand her. He doesn't understand what she is enough.
Yeah. And without the support of your people to lower it and then applying effort and stuff, unfortunately, it's not rollable for you right now.
This would be a good session to have Athena here.
Yeah, but it's fine. We all have our off weeks. I get that. I get that. I'm surprised I'm able to come to games. I'm black and blue on one leg. All right. Well, in that case, we will move on to her, apparently. Oh god, she's next.
Yay.
Okie dokie.
Well, this is gonna be interesting. Interesting to find is oh god, we're all gonna
okay, we're gonna start off nice and simple. Because I right away, she's in this feral mode, so she's not using any of her special abilities or anything right off the bat. So she's just gonna start out basically suddenly she balls her fist up, her tiny little fist of fury, because she's a little lady. She's 5'1" maybe, if that. Fairly thin and athletic. And she balls her fist up and punches at you. It is going to be a might test for you. Currently difficulty level 6.
Okay. Well. Nothing there to help me.
Welcome to your first real boss fight. The goddess of love. Hardest fight ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's the power of love.
I guess you know what, there's no point in me decreasing that, because a 15 is barely easier to roll than an 8.
It would be a gamble. If you lower it, maybe you'll take less. If you won't take any damage, but you'll still take for what you took from the might. But if you fail it, then it's you just did more damage to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna roll with it.
Okay.
Holy crap!
Oh,
Holy fuck.
Okay, so it's one of those situations where all of a sudden she balls up her fist and you're like, oh god, Aphrodite is about to punch me, what the fuck? And you just kind of you barely step to the side, and the end of your nose almost burns with the heat of her fist as she punches into a concrete and rebar pillar next to you, completely demolishing it and melting the rebar inside.
Oh right, she's married to, or was married to Hephaestus.
As there's this fiery heat and this great strength you do not expect from her, and she just demolishes it. So that was her. Taverson.
Tav's gonna run up as far as he can.
You can go 2 zones, but it's going to require a bit of a roll. It's an easy roll though. It's going to be a speed roll, difficulty 2.
No, I think I'll stick with the first zone. I'll look to see about getting lights on.
Okay. Looking at it, the light switches themselves seem to have been smashed.
Oh.
As your action, I'll let you try to basically wire them back together.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
Anchor.
that would be a demanding task, I would say. So we're gonna go with difficulty level 3 to sort of suddenly do electrical wiring in the middle of a combat situation.
Okay. Intellect.
Intellect, yes, sorry.
I will spend points effort to lower that.
Okay, that'll bring it down to a 2.
Ugh.
Well, thankfully you guys weren't in red line mode or anything, because or that could have sucked. But there was a bit of a zap, but you pull back in time. It doesn't shock you or anything like this.
My roll side off.
Yeah, you're all kind of having it suckage. All right, we'll move on to Mr. Cornelius. About time.
Let's see. I see what you did there. Let's see. I am going to spend my action to use hedge magic, and I'm going to Gandalf up my walking stick. Since we're in the dark, we need some light.
So you like tap it on the ground, all of a sudden it lights up on the end of the stick?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's now fairly brightly lit. All the way into long distance, it would be more like dimly lit.
Yeah.
Still, because it's still relying mostly on the moonlight, but it's bright in like short and immediate and short distance. I'm going to assume you're in as well.
Well, I can't. That would take an action.
Right.
I could do one or the other.
I keep forgetting yeah, thank you for reminding me. I keep forgetting you it's an action to move the 1 zone, roll to move the 2 zones, blah, blah, blah. All right. So you're still on the stairs with the flickering fluorescent lights in the stairs, but now you have a light all ready to go, shining in.
Yeah.
And yours is better and more reliable than the crappy shit that's over the stairs and already kind of broken and fading.
Yeah, I'm like at the doorway or whatever. Just,
yeah. Frigman, you're also at the top of the stairs, ready to enter the office. What are you gonna do?
Is Freakman here?
Is he there?
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So you're saying I could move 2 zones, but it costs a roll?
You can move 2 zones, but you gotta roll for it.
What do I have to roll?
It is a speed difficulty 2.
And if I fail, I just move 1, or?
If you fail, you still only just move 1. It takes up your action, so you'll lose your use your action anyways. But you also have the chance of things going badly. I mean, you could stumble with a 1 and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll take that risk. Okay. So Freakman is gonna start hustling.
Okay, roll. Yeah, it's a speed roll. Oh, you're fine. Yeah.
I imagine it's like he's vaulting over desks and stuff.
That's the thing. It's like looks like a little bit trashed, almost like someone was looking for something. So it's not that anything's broken per se, but there's some knocked over chairs and some jostled around desks and whatnot. And you're just kind of picking through. You managed to get through. A few of your entourage easily following with you. You know, like the kid vaulting under the desks and stuff like that.
Once combat starts, they stay back, but yeah. I'm not here to fight for us.
All right, and Freya, you're gonna do the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is going to be a difficulty 2 test. Speed test. You click that. Fire field count. Oh, something has changed. It's on the right bar. There we go. 0, 2. You are just successful. It's difficult. Your like cloak of feathers kind of gets caught for a second, but you manage to get it out, and then you manage to also like sort of jump over some desks and manage to get to the same area that the freakman is at. But that would be your turn.
That's me.
And I'm gonna assume that your cats have joined you as well.
No, not well.
These aren't walls. These are just separating the zones.
So I can't see.
Yes, yeah. Well, you can see what's going on. You're a lot closer than you were. Much closer.
Okay.
Okay, Mad Manchester, back to the top of the order.
Yeah, Manchester's gonna try and move as far as he can to get.
Yeah, if you roll, it would be the same thing. You can get right up to them, basically.
Yep. Can I lower that?
Yeah, it's a speed check. You can do any, like every other check. You can always try. You can spend effort.
I'll spend 3 to lower it to the lowest.
Okay, so that'll bring it down to a 1. And if you ever lower it to 0, you just auto succeed.
Really?
No.
Okay. You don't move at all. You're like, I've got this, and it's one of those things where like you go to like step over a desk or whatnot, and you didn't realize that this desk had been weakened. Your leg goes like clean through the center of the desk, like sinking yourself into wood up to the hip. Now basically completely stuck inside of the desk.
Sweet.
Our rolls tonight.
The dice hate you guys tonight.
I blame Wes for this because usually he's got all the bad rolls.
Yeah,
now it's spread out.
He's the bad roll sink. What the hell? Okay. Back to George.
Oh, goody. Basically, I noticed that people are coming in the room, so I'm going to be like, she's not herself. She's I don't know whether it's grief or something else, but she's definitely not herself right now.
And I will describe that those are getting closer. You're starting to, you are realizing that it's her fists. There's a slight glow to them, not like an energy glow on the outside, but more like on the inside, like you know how heated metal seems to start to glow from the inside. The inside of her fists, it's very subtle. It's almost, if it wasn't so dark, you wouldn't notice it.
And with that, I'm going to. Yeah, I really don't want to. I don't want to get hit by a truck. So I'm gonna spend a point of intellect and jump back over here.
Okay. So poof, there's sparkles and snowflakes and stuff next to her as you flit away, and you hear a bit of a snarl from her. And a frustrated, almost animalistic screech. They're like, ah!
Yeah.
So, possessed? I'm thinking possessed. Anyone else thinking possessed?
I don't know about possessed, but definitely not in her right mind.
Oh, how far away can she use that? Okay, all right. Which one of you would she go after? Let's see. Well, Freya's physically higher, so we're gonna say if I roll 1, 2, or 3, it's Freya. 4, 5, 6 is Freakman. Okay. I need you to make an intellect roll for me. As you're looking upon her, and there's it's Aphrodite. No matter how bestial and rage-filled she is a goddess, and you love her, and you can't imagine that people would dare go against her.
All right. Well, whatever the challenge is, it gets to be one harder because I have a fragile mind.
Oh no. Oh no.
Jeez.
Okay, so intellect roll of difficulty 6 for falling madly in love with her.
It seems like there's no downside to this. I'm just gonna roll.
God.
Ready, folks?
Yep.
Ready?
Oh shit.
Hell yes!
You managed to shake it off, realizing that she was looking at you, she was exerting her will over you, using her powers as one of the primo goddesses of love. And
I see that. I pop another super Adderall pill. That was a close one, fellas.
because especially Aphrodite, you figure she's probably one of the old world deities that have made off fairly well because of her role in pop culture and stuff. She's always been remembered as the goddess of love, and she still is for the most part. So you figure she's still got some decent horsepower under the hood, so to speak. And yeah, she definitely tried to do something to your brain pan, and you managed to just resist it, probably due to the conditioning you have against the alien microchips. Taff.
Tinfoil.
Built-in tinfoil.
I'm gonna try and figure out what the hell's going on, so I'm going to use one of my ciphers, information sensor, and I'm going to target Aphrodite.
Okay, targeting Aphrodite. Information sensor.
Over the course of the day, you can use the cipher a number of times equal to the levels 5 times. Each time you use it, you must select a creature within long range and learn the following about the level, origin, species, name, possible facts, home phone number, all this stuff. It's pretty much if I can get an insight on what's
and it says "and," so you really can ask all of that shit. Okay, yeah. What do you want to know about her?
What's going on with the Aphrodite city here?
Somewhere within the core of her throat, actually, deep within her, like almost like she had swallowed something and it's stuck in there, is this dark pit that you're sensing. Something of Brahmitic origins. And it seems to be lodged in there, and it's sensing this with the information cipher that you have. It's almost like you're seeing the glow of her being a totem, but then these like black tendrils sort of reaching out from this dark core within her throat to the rest of her being, especially around her mind and her brain.
Tav will just shout, "It's in her throat! It's controlling her!" And he pulls his pistol.
Okay. Mr. Cornelius.
I'm gonna try and book it up as far as I can to see if I can, give people more light for this fight.
Okay, old man shuffle.
Old man shuffle.
It's a speed check, difficulty 2. Wow.
Nope. Old man didn't make it. I'm stuck back here.
Yeah. But you didn't flub it or anything either.
No, I just didn't make it quite far enough.
For now, so I'm not going to use it again.
Okay. Freakman.
Right. What do I do? All right. And throw me one of them Drainquil X's, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna have him toss me a bottle of it. As you know, it's this right here. This is Drainquil X. It's really good for getting rid of inhaled germs and destroying unnecessary bits of lung. So let's see how this does for our old pal Afro. I'm gonna toss it to her and say, "Drink it up," and use my persuasion.
Okay. Okay, is that like a persuasion ability, or are you just trying to persuade
I have
her?
a skill in it, or or whatever ability. What do they call it? I guess it's a skill. I have the persuasion skill. I'm trained in it.
Oh, so you're training the persuasion skill. Okay, so you're just like trying to tell her it's a good idea to drink it.
Basically, this shit is epic hack.
Okay, yeah.
And destroys a bit of your lungs too. He means it when he sells it.
Yeah, okay. So this would be a social skill or a intellect roll. Now you are trained in it, so that automatically brings it down to a 7.
I'm gonna pump into this, of course, whatever I can.
Okay, so you're gonna apply a level of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so spend your 3 or 2 points, however much you spend, depending on your edge. I'll bring it down to a 6.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I've got one other thing I wanna. I don't know if can I use a what are they called again? Can I use a cipher with it?
Which cipher?
In this case, I have Cursebringer. So the Cursebringer can be activated when given to an individual who doesn't realize its significance. The next time the victim attempts an important task with the ciphers in her
Unfortunately,
possession.
activating a cipher is normally an action.
Okay, so I can't. Yeah, that's fine.
It
So
would
I
be
won't
like
do
a
that here.
setup thing. If you want to retcon
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
fine.
doing, since we're still learning, the system would allow you, if you wanted to do the curse now, to try and do the
Okay.
other thing after.
In this case, it'd be a curse. To, like, I'd want to curse her ability to resist my persuasion, I guess, right? Is that,
Yeah.
Can I spin it that way?
Yeah, but you would have your turn. This turn
Okay.
would
I'm
be
totally
the
dropping
curse.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm totally dropping my cipher onto the bottle of Drainquill X, which, as we all know, is a 50-50 mix of Drano and NyQuil.
Okay, and it's a level 7, which means it automatically applies to her. She doesn't get a roll against it because of its level, which is good.
Okay, so I've got a spiked bottle of Drainquill.
Okay,
Ready
and
up.
then so yeah, next turn you can try throwing it to her and having her like drink it or whatever. And I will, although it says next time she does an important task, I will save it, basically let you bank it for the next time you are doing your action.
Beautiful.
All right. Freya.
Okay. If I
Unfortunately, it would be 2 actions.
it's too okay, in that case.
Okay, so you're gonna deal with the mental onslaught to her.
Yes.
Okay. Mental or physical damage? Because I think you get the choice.
Mental.
Mental?
Only one. And then you want.
Then short range. So yeah, you can do it. You're within range.
And I can see.
And it would, if you want it, you can make it cost nothing. Because you got the edge.
Yeah.
All right. So
Basically, all I want to do.
yeah. Okay. In that case, it is to inflict the damage to her. It is currently a intellect difficulty 5 roll. No modifier. Yes. Unfortunately, it did not work. So Freya attempts to use Freya's presence, which you've seen her do many times before, to overwhelm and maybe try to stumble her back or whatnot. But Aphrodite also has a presence of her own. That's the thing. There you go.
There you go. Up and next.
And unfortunately, it was unsuccessful. Aphrodite sort of like shakes her head, ignoring it, and looks like she is just as resolute as ever. Back to the top of the order, Mad Manchester.
Gonna pick myself up and try to get up there again.
Okay, yeah, you extract yourself from the desk, but you won't be able to try to move. Because you had to extract yourself from the desk, you can only move the 1 zone. You won't have to roll for it, but you're not going to be able to move 2.
Okay, I'll move in beside Aphrodite and beside Freya, and Aphrodite like punched a hole in the wall, right? Like she's clearly visible.
Yeah. You saw where. Well, she's by the front windows. There's like she's sort of silhouetted against the moonlight streaming in from the front windows, because it was a fairly clear night.
Now I have to do some PC bullshit with you for a second here.
Okay.
Is it safe to assume that not only knowing gods, but being a trained musician, that I would have learned music related to the gods, like knowing Athena and being familiar with them over my travels? I'd have learned music from their cultures, right?
I mean, you're not an over-encompassing bard, so you want to see if you know any music related specific to like Aphrodite type of thing?
Aphrodite, like either like an ode to her or something that she would recognize.
Tell you what, I will. Let's leave this one slightly up to random. I'm gonna say it's an intellect check, difficulty 3.
Okay.
See if you know anything specifically to her, because she's, I mean, yeah, it's been a while since she's had anything devoted to her per se.
Yeah, I'm running out of intellect, so I'm just gonna trust the dice and hope for the best.
And I'm just giving this to you as a free action because you already did your action as a thing. Unfortunately, no.
Hosanna!
All right. Yes. Despite the fact that it's not normally your genre, it's not like 1980s like London punk rock or whatever. You have picked up numerous different songs over time, especially over the Totem stuff, because you deal with them fairly often, and you've picked up some traditional music that was devoted to Aphrodite from back in the day.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to crank it up to 11 and start playing and hope that it gets through to her, or at least
this turn your action was just to get in there.
I was gonna say this would be a good choice that I just linked to the RPG chat.
I probably can't play it on stream. I don't know what it is, but I probably can't play it on stream.
That song Venus by Shocking Blue. I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, and your desire.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely can't play that, but everyone knows the song. It's fine.
Yep.
All
I
right.
forgot that you're also streaming.
George, back to you.
Okay. George is going to, since there are other people up this way, I'm going to move back up into this zone here. And that's going to be it.
Okay. All right. Good news is no one's been hurt yet. It's been mostly talking and posturing.
Yes.
Although she did try to hurt you and then punched at a part of the building.
Yeah, she did try to punch me.
Okay.
Yeah, he got lucky and dodged.
She's going to use her turn.
Now about that whole hurting thing.
Well, sure, her action is just getting up to him. She is good right now. That's actually her action. That's all she's got. So, but it specifically looks like she's walking towards the Freakman, because that was who I rolled as was her target at the moment. So yeah, Tav.
Tav is kind of out of his element here. So he's gonna do the only thing natural and run up and jump and punch her in the throat.
You wanna try and it's an action to move the one zone.
Yeah.
Unless you've got something that lets you move faster.
I do not.
Okay, so you can move yourself over there to the next zone. Wherever in the zone, of course. All right, getting yourself prepared.
See Tav just like bolting, like making a beeline right at her.
Mr. Cornelius.
Mr. Cornelius.
You've been left behind.
This is a tough call. Well, what exactly to do here? Yeah. Can't think of anything else to do within my power right now, so I'm just gonna move up to the rest of the group.
Okie doke.
Get us all nice and cozy together.
Yeah, you guys are a bit of at a loss because it's like, I don't want to hurt her, but she's kind of gone crazy. Bitch is cray. Okay.
No? It's not like we can change the address on our house.
Freakman. So Aphrodite just got all up in your business, and she, like, you can practically feel the heat coming off of her.
Yeah, well, you know, we're all supposed to avoid people who seem sick, but that's not always possible. So what should we do if someone actually sneezes or coughs on us? You're gonna have a 50-50 mix of Drano and NyQuil to help avoid inhaling germs and aid in destroying unnecessary bits of lung. Have a swig, sweetheart. Know you got something wrong in your throat. Gonna hand her a bottle of DrainQuil X Legend. Now available at the Supercharged store.
Need to add an experience point for you. Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Okay. So the default roll.
Some Drano.
So the default roll to persuade her is 8. Now
I would get
you
it down to
have
7.
well, you have the disadvantage. Didn't you have like a disadvantage or whatever to make it 9?
Wait, hold on.
Oh no, that was fragile mind. Never. You're fine.
That's
you're
against
fine.
me, not against her. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
I have persuade.
And then it's 3 lower from your cipher, so that should bring it to 5. Okay. Are you applying effort to this as well?
Yeah, I want to persuade her into drinking it. So whatever I can add to it, yeah.
Okay, so effort. So that's the 3 points off your intellect. If you want to use edge, it would only be 2 points.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, that brings it down to a difficulty level of 4. You've significantly dropped this.
All right, I'm gonna get her to chug some Drano. Hopefully, we can get her to puke up whatever's in her throat.
Only the Freakman could convince Aphrodite to drink Drano.
It's a 50-50 mix.
Never thought I'd have to say those words out loud.
It's perfectly safe on the Supercharged store. DrainQuil X Legend. That's a shit roll.
Oh.
Can I use XP to reroll?
You can use XP to reroll. That is correct, sir.
Damn, Skippy, I'm doing that. I'm gonna hit this. How much XP does that cost me?
1.
Oh, okay. Got off cheap. If you would have said 3, I almost would have been like, all right. Okay. All right, let's do this again. DrainQuil X Legend, available at the Supercharged store.
I was being killed.
Oh, bloody hell.
Still 1 short.
All
Can
right,
I
well,
give you one of my XP to reroll?
Unfortunately, no. You can't do that. Oh, so you go to hand her the Drano, and she just looks at you, and you just, yeah, it's not happening. She looks almost feral enough. You're not even sure, like she would even understand what you're saying at this point.
all right, folks. Next step is you hold her down, and I reach in there and pull it out.
Okay.
Okay. Freya.
I'm going to try again. Grasp the pheromone.
Okay. Okay. Mental onslaught. Okay, so you're doing the mental onslaught to try and do some damage to a brain pan. Okay, so default is difficulty level 5. You can lower this by spending the 2 points from your intellect.
Which I will do.
Okay, so we're gonna bring it down to a difficulty level 4. No, it costs you 2 points. It normally costs you 3 points. You lower that to 2 points to apply 1 level of effort.
Okay. Oh, 4.
Yeah. Unfortunately, at the moment, it does not look like you succeeded. But if you want, just like what the Freakman did, you can spend one of your experience points. I think you have some, right? Yeah, you've got experience points. You got tons. You can spend one of your experience points to re-roll if you'd like. Okay, so once again, it is difficulty 4. You are successful. You rolled a 16. So, you were doing your onslaught ability? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay, doing mental damage to 2 points of mental damage?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right. You know what? I'm going to give it to you because I missed the trigger. I forgot she's considered 2 levels higher for intellectual attacks, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. Because Aphrodite. So, you do -2.
Oh, were you?
I changed it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's her health. Always for everyone. Yes, you change your intellect. You lose 2 intellect points. So she grabs at her head a little bit, and you can definitely see like it makes her stumble just a little bit, and she is much angrier now.
Angrier?
Oh yeah. No, you did maybe 1/6 of her health. She's a tough cookie, that one. She's done pretty well for herself. Mad Manchester.
I'm gonna go on a hunch here, because I honestly couldn't think of what this would be useful for otherwise. I'm gonna go on the hunch that this is an infection. I'm going to try to put myself between the Freakman and her.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna put my hands like get her close and go, come on, love, snap out of it, and I'm going to cast the anti-venom on her. The cipher.
Renders the user immune to poisons at the same level. You know what? It's just too cool not to allow. I don't think it normally works that way, but fuck it, I like it. There will be a roll involved. This is level 6, right? Okay, so there will be a roll involved. We are gonna say, would this be might or speed? What would you prefer it to be, might or speed? Are you just like shoving it in there, or are you trying to like dexterously like, you know, fake her out or whatever?
I'm trying to put myself between her and the Freakman, because she's visibly trying to get him. I'm trying to grip her attention and use the anti-venom to purge what's inside her.
But you tell me, which would you prefer, might or speed?
Speed, 100%.
Okay, so it's going to be a speed roll. Default is going to be difficulty level 5 to administer it.
Okay. I will use I'll spend 3 speed to lower that.
Okay, it is difficulty level 4.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Oh God.
Come
Hopefully
on.
she's gonna throw up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use an experience to reroll that.
Okay, go ahead and use an experience to reroll that. And
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill her. I'm sick of seeing people dead.
Your guys' rolls.
The dice gods hate us tonight.
We've legit rolled sub 10. Like our average is 9.
Your average is not good. No. Except for a couple of high rolls. It's all been single digits. Okay, so you try to push your way in, but she just kind of does that like nonchalant like shove back, and you like stumble back like a step or two. You don't waste the cipher. It's not gone because you weren't able to administer it, so it's still there. You still have a chance with it. But you weren't able to get in there.
Okay. Am I still like closer to her though?
Yeah, well, you're in the same region. Like where you are physically in this doesn't actually matter. You're in the immediate region of her. So.
Okay.
But you just weren't able to actually like get in there. Like you figure like you would actually probably have to literally like reach into her mouth to probably administer it.
Okay.
Crackler.
But you didn't waste the cipher. It is still there. I'm giving you that one.
Okay.
It's just too cool of an idea to say no.
I appreciate that.
George.
George, having noticed what Manchester's on about, he doesn't know exactly what he's doing, but he does know that, you know, he's obviously trying to, and the Freakman also we're trying to resolve this without, you know, hurting her too much. So George, I would like to try to physically restrain her.
Okay. Oh, this is dark thoughts went through my head. You're gonna physically? No, we're not gonna go there. It's everything you're doing to the lady. She didn't even consent. Okay, so you're gonna try and physically restrain her. That would definitely be a might roll, and that is definitely going to be difficulty level 6 base.
Okay. Have anything to help with this? No.
You can apply a level of effort to lower it by 1 if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll
Okay. So it costs you the 3 points unless you have edge.
Yep. I do not. It might. All right. Let's do. Level 5.
Oh God!
I was gonna throw a GM intrusion in there, but now I don't even have to give you points for it.
Oh,
That's fun. Okay, so I can just do what I originally had planned, anyways.
There you go.
So you try to grapple her. Unfortunately, it's not working, but you still manage to try to wrestle with her for a bit and stuff like that. Unfortunately, you didn't realize how burning hot she was until you started actually like grabbing her and whatnot. So it's going to be considered like a free attack against you as you're dealing with this burning damage. It is difficulty level 5 might check. Nope, sorry, because it's difficulty 4 level might check, sorry.
Okay.
Our rolls today, my
Okay.
God.
You take 5 might damage and is considered fire-based. So it bypasses any armor you have unless the armor specifically protects against fire.
Nice. Okay.
All right, so you got hurt. That was your turn. And think,
What's my turn?
I almost gave you experience for that.
I know, right?
Okay, so several of you motherfuckers are trying to do bad things to her. So I think she's actually going to move away from Freakman because he hasn't physically accosted her like 2 of you have. So I'm going to say high is going to be Manchester, low is going to be George.
Can we get a high roll for once, please? It's been my goal this whole time.
So high, I said what? High was Manchester. So
Manchester, yeah.
yeah,
Right where
okay.
you're on.
So high is
get me,
Manchester. All right. So Manchester, she is. What is she going to do to you? She is not. Oh, she had a ranged attack. I didn't even need to move her. Whatever. She's just gonna reach out and touch someone. So she is punching at you with her goddess strength. That is a might check for you.
How much damage does she do if she hits me?
You're not entirely sure.
Yes.
Okay.
powers do not tell you.
Find out if you get hit.
Okay, you are currently failing. You doing anything about that?
Nope.
Okay, 5 might.
Okay. That's half my might pool.
As she just, like, she whomps you, and although you're still in immediate range, like, you kind of go flying into a desk, cracking it in half, like a burn mark on your shirt. And, like, it felt like you got hit, like a horse full-on hit you right in the middle of the chest. It was tough. She has quite the punch to her. Tav.
Well, I was really hoping for an assist from George here, but he didn't. That's okay.
He's
so
busy
this
in the
is
background going, it burns!
This is like an office building.
Oh my god, fire.
I would assume there would be a fire extinguisher nearby.
Yeah, there would be. I'm not even going to make you spend an experience point to declare that story detail. That's just a
I'm
given.
going to grab it and turn it on her.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to spray with a fire extinguisher to see if you can, like, sort of
cool her down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see here.
If anything, just blind her for a few seconds.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this is a speed roll because you're trying to sort of manipulate her physically, and it's not really like physically like pushing her or hurting her or anything. So I'm gonna say it's a speed roll area. So I'm gonna say difficulty level 5 speed roll to cause some sort of effect with the fire extinguisher.
Okay, and I will spend a little bit of effort to lower that.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. I'm going to give it to you. You are going to blind her, actually, at the moment. It doesn't seem to cool her because fire extinguishers don't really cool you. They just normally smother flames. And she's not on fire per se. But, I mean, she's like coughing and sputtering and can't see and everything for the moment. So I'm going to give you that. Actually, here, let's just do this. It's easy to see. So she is, this will be represented as an asset. There may be certain circumstances where the asset could come into play, lowering the difficulties even further of rolls.
Yay. I did a thing.
You did a thing. Mr. Cornelius.
All right, I has an idea. First, I'm using anticipation to give myself a free asset, because that's an enabler ability and doesn't cast an action. And then I'm using my stasis keeper on Aphrodite. It's a cipher.
Oh shit. Equipment stasis keeper. It's level 2, so there will be a roll involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say it's intellect based.
Yep.
And I can't really see the fire extinguisher blinding coming into play for this per se.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it would normally be 6. You get your free asset, bringing it down to a 5.
And I'm gonna spend intellect effort to bring that down to a 12.
5, so it brings down to a 4. Okay.
Yep. And here goes nothing. Re-rolling that with XP. With my single point of XP that I have.
Okay.
God damn it.
Yes.
This night.
This night just fucking sucks.
So
Get
the
all
cipher's
that rolls out tonight.
the cipher is gone. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
fine.
say she felt the intrusion on her mind, and whatever thing or entity or effect or anything is causing her to go animalistic and feral, actually makes her fly into a rage, so that her next attack, if it's like a physical attack, is going to be slightly more effective than usual.
I think I pissed her off even more.
So yeah, we're gonna add a little. We're gonna say, just add that one for now, saying that her next roll is gonna have a boost to it. Well, her next thing. All right. So, Brakeman.
All right. She's kind of not looking at me. She's kind of moving on Manchester, right?
Oh, no, right now she's clawing at her eyes and coughing and sputtering because of the fire extinguisher.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I'm going to try and force feed her a bottle of Drinkwell.
Okay. And it's like, oh, you're coughing. Here, drink this. So you're force feeding it to her. I'm going to give you the choice between might.
As she's trying to like gasp for air, I'm going to be basically like pouring it into her mouth.
Okay, I would say that's a speed roll then, because you're trying to like deftly do it once she's like her mouth like at a certain timing. So I'm definitely going to say that's going to be her base difficulty level 6 to start with.
So I'm going to take it down 1.
You're going to take it down 1. Okay, so that'll bring it to a 5. I'm going to say that the asset that Tav gave her, because she doesn't see it coming, is going to apply as well. That's going to bring it down to a 4.
Okay, this is as good as it's going to get. I mean, it does have the curse on the bottle, right? Like it didn't go away.
Right? One second.
Let me get her to drink it. The curse is going to be activated when given to an individual who doesn't realize the significance. The next time the victim attempts an important task when the cipher is on her possession, the difficulty of the task is modified by 3 steps to her detriment.
Yeah, it's already been used once.
We already applied the curse. We already applied the curse to one of the rolls, though.
It got used when it
I thought
lowered
he
the
applied
roll.
it to the potion.
I thought though I had to convince her to drink it for it to apply.
Well, we used it in the last roll because it sprang into existence when you tried to get her to do it before.
Okay, I thought she had to accept the offer to drink it for then it.
We were just applying the curse to the offer at that point.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm rolling at a 12. No worries. I'm just trying to get her to huff some Drano and maybe cough this thing up.
Yeah, the curse you can delete it because you've already used it. It did lower the roll by 3 last time. It still didn't work.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's something that applies to a single roll.
That was almost a 20. It was like 20 into.
The
game is...
What dice totem did we piss off today? I mean...
Yeah, honestly.
I am going to offer a GM intrusion as you're trying to wrestle with her because she is burning hot and stuff right now. If you accept it, it is going to be as like a free attack against you, or you can pay the 1 experience to say no.
She hits me, I guess, this time. Go ahead and hit me.
Okay, so you will get 1 experience, and who would you like to give the other one to?
I guess Mr. Cornelius, as he is out.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have a similar idea of what I tried last turn for the next turn.
Okay.
I've got a second cipher that could work in much the same way.
Now so it's base of 6, but she is blinded at the moment. Give me 1 second here. Kind of seeing if it remembers. It lowers it. Okay, because she still hasn't cleared her eyes yet. So it's a base of 6. That brings it down to a 2.
Well, that's good.
And it is a might roll.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna roll because I can beat a 6. Like I've been rolling so sweet lately.
Yeah, lately.
Please be
Obviously,
a 1.
I can beat a 6.
Please be
Yeah,
1.
of course.
Okay, you're good. Okay, so like you manage, you get enough cloth between you that she goes to like scratch out of you, like because of all the extra heat sort of leaking through as you're trying to wrestle her down to get the Drano down her throat. It's a fucked up situation, and you do manage to sort of get enough cloth between you. You don't burn yourself, and you push away just before it gets too hot, realizing that it's the whole like trying to take something away from a 5-year-old situation. It's really hard to do, and you're having a difficult time doing it.
All right.
Freya. Yeah, you can help someone out. Yeah, how would you like to help them out? Well, you can just say you're giving assistance, and what they'll do is they'll get an asset on their next roll to make it easier.
Okay, I'm giving
I just wondered if you want to describe how you're giving assistance. Like, are you pushing her to get her out of the way? Are you trying to distract her? And you don't have to be creative with it. If you just want to say, I give assistance, I give assistance.
I give assistance.
Okay, not a problem. So Freya comes over, and it like she starts sort of jostling at Aphrodite and whatnot, sort of distracting her a little bit, trying to hold her in the less burny areas to make it easier. So I am going to say that I can get rid of this now. well, I put it back. So she still has another asset on her from Freya now, who is trying to make it a little easier for you guys. Okay, Mad Manchester.
Okay, I'm gonna pick myself up off the broken desk and try to get up close and try and use that cipher again.
Okay, all right.
And he's just gonna walk up and say, I'm not gonna see another one of us dead, love. Please let me help you.
All right. So right now you've got, I mean, she doesn't see it coming. So it is, we're gonna say speed roll, because you're just trying to like deftly get in there while she's like screaming and stuff like that. So it is base of 6, lowers once from being covered in a fire extinguisher stuff and not seeing it coming, lowers another time because Freya is actually holding her back, holding her down.
Okay, I'm gonna lower it with 3 speed.
Okay, that lowers it to a 3.
Please, please, please. I can't even look.
You did it!
Oh,
Yay! He was like so nervous. Oh, I'm tempted to do a GM intrusion right now, but I'll let it go. I'm gonna let you guys have it. It's 10. It's if it was earlier in the night, I'd be like, hey, you want some experience? But I'm gonna let it go.
I think at this point, I think all of us would be like, no.
No, I will give you experience to say no. Okay, so I will allow it to work, and it actually does. You pull your hand out, and as you pull your hand out, and there's like the glowing from the cipher that you had gained, the anti-venom cipher. It comes out with this thick, black, viscous goo, which she immediately starts to cough and sputter up. It comes out like her nose and even starts to leak from her eyes a bit. And it seems to expel from her like some sort of like viscous foreign mass. And it's one of those mixtures of like half coughing, half vomiting type things. As this, you can almost looks like somewhere between an oil monster and a cephalopod thing about the size, half the size of a cat, begins to like crawl away. And Aphrodite herself collapses to the floor.
I start shooting. Really? Get back up.
I was about to say, that's a big old hell no from George.
I think everybody with a sidearm immediately starts drawing down on it.
Yeah, I will instantly allow you to take it out. It's basically like a CR nothing creature. It's just the fact that it can control.
I'm fairly certain that Manchester's probably going to pass out too.
Oh god!
Having took that first hit.
You've spent a lot of your stat pools recently.
Yeah. I was really hoping to get someone down to the point where I could start rolling in the bloody injury chart, but
well, you almost had me. I only had 1 point of might left.
Yeah, we got down there. Like I spent quite a bit of my intelligence pool.
She was tough, but I knew you guys had the action economy, so I didn't figure it would be too bad. And it actually worked out perfectly.
It also doesn't help that our rolls are just garbo.
Oh yeah, that was.
But with that, you squished the thing, whatever it was, and as soon as you do so, the entire area definitely feels like the darkness that you felt lightens up, and it feels normal again. Not as nice as it could be, but it's as good as the area can be, basically. And Aphrodite looks like it's hard to tell, but thankfully you've got the light from Cornelius, but she seems to be regaining some of her color. She is unconscious at the moment. And with that, that's where we're going to leave it for the night. I think we're gonna end it there.
I'm so happy you guys got that anti-venom cipher off, because I was going to wallop her with the fire extinguisher next.
I'm giving one extra to Kathy.
I had another cipher to try, sleep inducer, that could have put her to sleep. So that I was going to try this turn since the last one didn't work. That's why it's like I had the stasis one, but I've also got the sleep inducer. It's like this could work in pretty much the same way, so I'm going to get another attempt at it if needed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give everyone experience now, and everyone did pretty good, actually. All things considering. So, Freya, Kathy, you're going to get 2 points, bringing you up to, it should be a 9, right? You got
You
8. Now
spent
you used one for a reroll.
Oh, right.
No worries. Yeah, so 9. Just in case we forget things, that's why I've been keeping track of what your totals are as well. So George, you'll be getting 2. That should bring you to 12, I think.
Yes.
Man, that's basically enough to level up. Bam.
Almost. Yeah,
Mad Manchester, you got 3, bringing you up, I believe, to 5.
Nice.
Mr. Cornelius, you got 2, bringing you up to, I believe, 2. Taverson got 2, which I believe brings you to 10.
Actually, it's 9 because I used one to reroll.
Oh, I thought I deducted that. Okay. I will take your word for it. And Freakman, you got 3, bringing you up to 10. I am pretty sure.
So, if we want to level, we're not leveling, I should say. I want to use one of these things. I bust 4 of those down and get a effort.
Yeah, you take off 4 of them, and then you can check off one of the boxes to get that benefit.
And once you've checked all the boxes, then you level up, right?
Once you've checked 4 of them,
4.
yeah.
4 of them, right.
Because there's some other options you can take. It's in the journals there if you want to look at the other options too.
Cool. I'm going to give myself a speed edge. Can I do it now, or do you want to do it start next session?
If you want to do it now, just let me know so that I can take it off my chart here.
Bust me down to 6, and I'm going to take an edge in speed.
Okay. Perfect.
If you want to drop me down to 1, I'm going to do the same as well.
Okay. And I give people a chance at the beginning of next session as well if you don't know right now if you want to do it or not.
Cool.
All right. Well, hopefully everyone had fun. I think that was a pretty good session. Just like Fate, I find Cypher has a lot more of a creative combat to it. You really get to describe what you're doing.
Just rough rolls today.
Winning the fight.
Yeah, your rolls tonight were rough. I gotta say, they were pretty rough.
Cover these earlier.
I know.
Yeah, because a lot of the times you were bringing it down to a 12. You needed to hit a 12.
What the fuck? Honestly.
My God.
Oh my God.
This is upsetting me. I'm leaving.
Yeah, all the bad rolls are gone. Now you're hitting nothing but good rolls. Now you're wasting next week's good rolls. Oh, what the?
Oh my.
Like, honestly, our average rolls during the course of tonight had to be like a 6.
Yeah.
Seriously, like a 6 or a 7 or something.
I think it was a pretty good session there.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that I was able to make that anti-venom work, because I was like, half of us are gods. I don't even know how I would be able to use this.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either, and I'm not sure if the cipher is normally supposed to work that way, but whatever. It was creative. I liked it, so I'm gonna allow it.
Rule of cool.
The rule of cool. That's what's important.
I was gonna eat up either my sleep thing or my stasis thing to just knock Aphrodite out, and then just address the thing inside of it. Basically tell it, get the fuck out.
Because I had no solid rules in how you were going to deal with what was inside of her, assuming you didn't just end up killing her or something. I had no idea how you were going to do the situation. No idea. That was up to you to figure out. And this was awesome. I think you guys did great. That's why I gave everyone an extra, the 1 extra experience, basically just for figuring it out in a creative way.
Yeah.
Streaming.
It's obvious that chugging Drano was the right move. But
Obvious.
We'll deal with
Obvious. Thank you everyone for joining me for tonight. Thank you anyone that's watching in the background. I'm not sure if we have any viewers still, but if you are, thank you. Kathy is there as well. She can wave. Hello, bye. Have a good one. Stay healthy, stay safe, have a good one, and don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and check out the Discord more than anything, because we got some cool people in there. And that will be it for our stream.